All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, this has been, I might call it haphazard. I think that might be an apt way to describe today. It's been a little crazy. We got a generator running in the background. We got power on, and it looks like the internet is functioning on this side of the field. So we're bringing you a cellular generator crazy playoff game. This is Let's Go Elks bringing you tonight's contest between the Round Valley Elks and the Pusch Ridge Christian Academy Lions here in Tucson, Arizona. Not quite Oro Valley. I'm joined tonight by Rustin McBride down on the field, giving us as much of the camera as we can. And this gentleman, I thought you were still getting yourself ready, Scott. I didn't want to cut you, Nick. And the gentleman right here to my right, whatever he is on your TV screen, Scott Madrid. How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm doing well this evening. How are you doing, Wes?
Oh, I'm much, I guess, more dialed in now that we're live and we're here. It's always a hustle getting things together, and I always worry. But we are here, but I'm sure the nerves I have right now does not match the nerves currently on the field or actually in the locker room presently as the Elks get ready to come out onto the field. As you were down there with pregame taking some pictures, what were your thoughts? What did you see?
So there's some nights that you come out and the kids are kind of joking around, messing around. They're just feeling really good. There's not a lot of messing around tonight. They're pretty serious. They're ready, focused on the task at hand, which we'll get to is a monumental task. But they were focused, dialed in, hoping that comes out, and they're not going to be tight when we start playing the game. But they were focused on the task at hand, definitely.
You got to find that balance, right? We can't be loosey-goosey tonight. We got a job to do, but you can't be so tight that the whole first quarter is us trying to work out a bunch of kinks and a bunch of knots, right? Not get into a groove.
Absolutely.
You talk about it being a monumental task ahead of us. I think both of us have had conversations this week with people in the community and around, and we know that this is going to be a battle. This is absolutely going to be a fight for the semifinals here tonight. You watched a little bit of Pusch Ridge, a little bit of film on Pusch Ridge from earlier in the year. What are your thoughts? I believe you said you were watching them against Sholo.
So let's back out just a little bit. So
Okay.
We have going on in Sholo tonight, going in Thatcher, Valley Christian visiting the Thatcher Eagles.
Yes.
We have in Sholo Paradise Honors visiting Sholo tonight. Sabino is visiting Eastmark. And I think if you look at the top four teams, Thatcher, Eastmark, Pusch Ridge, Sholo, we're about in the spot that we want to be. We've seen Thatcher and Sholo. I'm not sure that we want to see them before, earlier than this in the matchup. Eastmark is fantastic, and Pusch Ridge is pretty good when I watched them on film. So we're in for a game tonight, that's for sure.
We're going to try to keep you updated as we can get scores. We'll try to let you know how things are going around the state. But as you can see right there, we've got the top four teams still in contention, all playing at their respective locations today. We're here in Tucson. We got Eastmark hosting Sabino, Thatcher hosting Valley Christian, and Sholo hosting Paradise Honors before we head down to the Valley next week for the semis and then the championship game. They're on Black Friday, if I'm not mistaken, if my calendar and my brain is working appropriately. But, guys, thanks for joining us here for the Jody Emerald Sanders Realty pregame show here on Let's Go Elks. A huge thanks to Jody and all of her support in a lot of things around the community. So many things. The softball streams that we did this last year, our football coverage again this year. I know I've said it a million times, but Jody sold me my first house, helped me into that dark and scary world of a Barima paper, of home ownership, and helped us get a little more settled that way as we move back to the community in 08. And so huge thanks to Jody and just all the things that she's doing for the community. Appreciate you. And thanks for bringing us the pregame show here in Pusch Ridge.
It looks like Pusch Ridge is getting ready to run out of what their tunnel is out here. Similar structure on the field, and you brought up a little bit earlier. I did have a chance to watch them. They played Thatcher, came out early, scored on the first drive, 4 or 5 plays in, they scored a touchdown. And Thatcher kind of did to them what Thatcher does to a lot of teams, and they kind of separate the will to play out of you. You run your routes a little less hard, you run the ball a little less intense.
Right.
You're really not wanting to make that tackle, and Thatcher kind of put it to him. It was a great game, 28, I believe, to 14. Thatcher prevailed in that matchup. But shows you that was a close game for Thatcher. Thatcher's a good team. Pusch Ridge gave them a lot, and they are good. They are led by 2 brothers this evening. The Mustaine brothers, not Mustang, Mustain. We got Bubba, or on the roster, I think they had his name is Jacob Mustaine, but Bubba, and then number 11, Tyler Mustaine. Tyler's actually the senior. He's the bigger of the two brothers. He's a tight end at 6'2", 220. Is also their middle linebackers around Valley Elks come out here and take the field. We have a pretty good traveling crew with us this evening. What do you think there, Wes, about the turnout with our fans?
You know, it's fantastic to see the amount of people that we had join us here in Tucson. And something else that's been on the mind this week is, when you first said that, I thought you meant the kids on the field. And we find ourselves in a more healthy position than we have some of our years in the past. As we get this deep into the season, it seems we're always working an injury, a position, trying to make things work into the playoffs. And I think all things considered, we've got a pretty healthy group for the roster that we have on the field tonight.
Last year was horrendous heading into that game with Yuma Catholic, but I would agree with you.
So, guys, we're going to raise here for just a second. I'm going to see if Rustin will give us the shot. We should have. Oh.
For the gifts of skill and heart that you've given these young men, and for the opportunity these teams have been given tonight to compete. I ask that your hand rest on each of these young men, and that you provide your protection over them as they strive to play with passion and sportsmanship. As they honor you with their effort, we pray that the support that comes from coaches, family, and fans all ultimately be uplifting and glorifies you. Please also give protection for the officials and preserve them from injury. This evening, I also thank you for all of the men and women who serve or have served to protect this nation and the freedoms that we enjoy. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Opening with a prayer this
Please
evening.
remain
Sorry about
standing
that.
as we honor America and those who have and presently do support and protect our freedom at home and abroad with our national anthem. Our flag is to the left of this scoreboard.
Starting things off with a prayer and then the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a difference for us tonight, and we know we alluded to it with how we announced the broadcast and how we had things going, but this will be an audio-only production. Unfortunately, once we get into the gameplay, that's what they allowed us to do. That's what we're going to do. Scott and I were talking beforehand about how this is going to be a little different rodeo for us, and so please bear with us as we adjust back to, trying to give you a little bit more of the action play-by-play. We will do our best to be descriptive, use them adjectives, and be good for you. Captains for your round Valley Elks tonight: number 3, Riker Marble; number 50, Armando Garcia; number 54, Trayson Merrill; 77, Keanu Clark.
Looks like on the other side we've got number 11, Tyler Mustaine for Pusch Ridge. I have my view blocked.
I got 75 and 1 and 11.
75 is Will Way. That's a big left tackle that they have on the line. He's not as big as the young man we faced last week, but I think he moves a little bit better. That's going to be a big challenge for us. And what was the other number?
75, 11, and 1.
Number 1, Bryce Jewell, the senior
cornerback?
Slot back,
yeah.
Cornerback. He's often a recipient of the passes coming from Bubba Mustaine. and he'll be slippery for us this evening. So it probably won't surprise you at all, but they essentially run what we run.
Another conversation I had this week was that's it. Offense is going to be very, very similar. It's going to be a defensive ball game is the prediction that I was hearing. Is it's going to come down to what team can isolate, what team can adjust, as we help make things a little different on the field here. Here's your Round Valley Elks getting pumped up, getting ready to go, guys, as we get ready to finish the Emerald Sanders Realty pregame show here on Let's Go Elks. Again, Rustin's going to be on the sideline giving you as much as he can. We're going to give you a lot of ancillary shots on the field that we can, guys, and then we're going to go to the scoreboard, and we're going to be as descriptive as we can. We're going to see if we can make our English teachers proud. Scott, is what it's going to be from coming from an IT guy and an accountant. I'm worried. I don't know if we're still
fail before we get started.
So let's see what we can get. Right before the prayer started, I was going to say just a little bit of a breeze. The flag is moving a little bit. I want to say it's about 60, probably a little bit less than that here this evening. So good weather, a little bit of wind. We'll see if that does come into effect if we have a kicking game. It does appear to be headed more or less with the field, correct? So we're going to have a team with a benefit and a team fighting against it, more or less so far. So, guys, once again, this is an audio-only coverage of the Round Valley Elks being hosted by the Pusch Ridge Lions here in Tucson, Arizona, as we try to get everything balanced out. Round Valley will be receiving.
Looks like we got number 33, Tyler Nolan, a sophomore for Pusch Ridge, getting ready to kick off. Ball's teed up. The team is set. The referee's blown his whistle, and here we go.
We're off.
Deep drive down. Walker's going to let it go over his head, and it's going to go through the end zone. That'll give Round Valley the ball out on the 20-yard line.
So the ball bounced in the end zone or in play? It was in play, wasn't it?
You're right, and then it bounced into the end zone. I almost thought it bounced out.
But I don't think it ever touched the end zone, so I was wondering if there was going to be a penalty there. It was interesting to see, is that a penalty or not, because it never wasn't playable, right? It bounced out without a human touching it.
You know, on situations like this, Dan the Man Muth is a go-to guy. And
Dan, I hope you're listening. Let us know. Give me a text. Let me know what's going on. But Round Valley's going to start things off on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. We may that scoreboard is bumping. We're going to move it for you. But welcome to the Treadmasters first quarter here in Tucson. We're going to hand off left side. Round Valley with a carry for about 4 yards, it looks like. Again, perspective might not be my friend, might be 3. 2nd and 7 is what they're marking on the scoreboard.
Looks like Pusch Ridge came out in a 4-3, which is similar to what we're running. We started the year as a 4-3 and we switched to a 3. 3-4, 3-5, however you want to do that. But they will flip that defensive front up depending on how much pressure they want to bring. They're going to come in a 4-man front once again here.
Riker Marble from the shotgun, hands off. Nope, does he hold on to it? He faked me out. I thought Clark had it.
He holds on to it. And it looks like number 51 in there assisting on the tackle for Pusch Ridge, Tyler Schoaf.
Not much of a gain on the play. They're marking it 3rd and 7. Clark coming out. Gage Baker headed in onto the field. 3rd and 7 for the Elks. Ladies and gentlemen, we were a little short getting things going. Please let me know, excuse me, if you can hear us okay. Ethan, I did turn that microphone down a little bit. We were trying to let you hear the prayer and the national anthem, and then it just got super, super loud. Riker Marble rolling right side with pressure, looks, passes up. Pass thrown out. I mean, intended for, is that Gage over there on the side? The numbers are getting me.
Yeah, that was Gage over there, and they brought number 11, Mustaine, up the middle on a blitz, a delayed blitz. Got pressure to Riker, making him kind of throw that ball, and he just threw it out of bounds.
It's going to be a 4th down opportunity. Round Valley special teams on the field. Scott, I don't know if you want it, but we do have binoculars if that helps you. If not, I'll try to use them a little bit. We were talking before the game about how we may or may not be blind, or me, or I don't know. But I'm squinting more. Riker Marble gets a good snap. Punt is up. Punt lower than what we're used to seeing from Marble. Picked up on the 43-yard line. Number 1 running hard right side. Pushed out of bounds about the 46.
Jewel on the return.
A lot of energy with Jewel right there as he was heading up the right side. He's going to get, like I said, they're going to mark it on the 45, actually. I'm a little more generous than the ref, I guess. 1st and 10 on the Elks' 45-yard line.
So number 2 for Pusch Ridge, Jacob Mustaine, is going to be the quarterback and run most of the plays. Number 5 is going to be Bryson Barrios, the senior running back. He's going to carry most of the load tonight in the running back. They got 2 split left and 2 split to the right. They're going to bring number 11 across the formation. They're going to go ahead and hand off the ball to number 5, Barrios. He's going to get to the outside.
Man, I was about to make the comment, he's sure running left to right a lot, but it worked out for him. He was able to find his way around the corner for about 8 yards.
I think he's pretty quick. I think this team in general has got some good speed on it. I'm not sure that they're as fast as Sholo and maybe even Thatcher, but nevertheless they have some speed on this team and size up front.
Definitely explosive. We'll see if that endures into the second half of the ball game.
Mustaine up under center, low. He's going to pitch it to Barrios coming to the right.
Round Valley in the backfield. Gage Baker unable to get to the tackle, though. Lions will make it to a first down as they move the chains.
So there's a bit of challenging going on early with the running and the challenging of, can you bring me down or can you not bring me down? I think that will kind of control the game. You're going to see Pusch Ridge quickly go for a long throw. They're just running the ball on us right now, but they're going to try to throw that ball. I don't know if the wind will affect them much.
It's in their favor right now.
It is. So I'd expect them to try to take advantage here pretty quick. Back in formation, the quarterback gets a snap. He's going to throw out here to the right. Looks like he's going to pick up
10.
about 6.
Quick toss to the right side to number 10. That's Cody. How'd you say that last name? I apologize. Rasks?
I'm not sure.
Rafix, senior, number 10, wide receiver. And just like you said, Scott, quick pass to the right side there. Just a step or two back, quick throw for the Lions. Going to be second and about 4.
They're back in formation, 2 split each way. Snap is high, but Mustaine brings it down. Kind of a busted play, and he's just going to run it up the middle.
He made some lemonade there. He had a spin move there that broke a tackle, and that's going to be close to a first down. We're going to see if they mark it. I believe we're moving the chains. First down for the Lions. 9:31 left in the first quarter here in your Treadmasters first quarter.
When I watched him run a little bit in some of the other games, he would not run out of bounds. He would take on the defender, so I expect him to do that to us a little bit tonight. Back in formation, Mustaine's going to take the snap. We've got 2 split to the left. He's looking out there, getting
right
pressure.
Side.
He's going to throw into the end zone and almost
into the chest of the receiver right there for number 11 intended receiver, Tyler Mustaine.
Is that Brody Ziegler back, assistant on defense?
I believe so. Yep. Announcer on the other side saw the numbers better than we could. Brody Ziegler on the defense there right at the end zone. Nice coverage, 9-11 with the clock stopped, 2nd and 10. The Lions not messing around. Not a lot of time between snaps here. Here we go.
Back in formation. He's going to take the snap.
He does give it to 5. Misread, I believe, on Mustaine's part for the read. Goes ahead and hands it to number 5. Elks defense scoops it up for a loss of about 3, 4.
Trace Amaro coming in and putting the stop on that end. So they're running against us what basically Blue Ridge did and mostly Florence. They're just calling the plays at the line. They're not letting the defense get a chance of substitutions or changes, and they're just going to run it. So they're going to run 2 tight off each side. They're going to bring number 10 in motion. 1 running back, Barrios,
Quarterback's going to roll to the left side. He's looking. He tucks the ball. He heads upfield just like you said, not out of bounds. He wants the yards. He's going to get about 6 or 7 on the play there. Scott, can you turn our camera just a bit? Guys, it's rowdy, it's windy, it's moving. We're going to do our best to keep that guy in shot. 4th and 4 player on the field right now. One of the Round Valley Elks is down, getting attended to right now. I'm going to listen to see if the announcer caught the number. I am not sure who that is. 5, that is Gage.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on the play, and after the last 2 weeks when I've guessed something and it's been something else, I won't say. So I'm not sure. Both teams are going to go to the sideline to give them an opportunity to come out and check out the young men.
Not that it's super cold, but it is a little windy. It is a little chilly being in the 50s, and a stop like this can definitely change things. You ice the players, both sides, just a little bit, slowing things down. Not that you ever want an injury or want anything, but this can definitely change the pace of the game, especially when you see the Lions in a no-huddle situation on the ball moving.
if that is Gage coming out, I'm not sure who Round Valley is going to bring in as middle linebacker to help him out there. It looked like Luker was out of uniform tonight when I was down on the field.
That is Gage. Looks to be favoring his right leg.
Yeah.
Gage is getting assisted off by a couple staff members.
I know he wears that brace on that knee, and he's come out a few times during the year, but sometimes he's been able to bounce up and get back in.
It was nice to see him in the second half of the season come back in, get some play. Hopefully we'll see him back on the field, and hopefully he is healthy. 4th and 4, and the Lions not into special teams. They're in an I formation, appear to be going for it with 8:14 left in the Treadmasters' first quarter. Under center, 2 behind him, rolls right side, doesn't give it to either of them. Quick pass to, is that 11? 11's going to find himself in the end zone, I do believe, waiting for an official. Yep, I see hands in the air. With 8:02 left in the first, the Lions with the first score on the board, 6-0.
So that's a brother-to-brother pass there for the Mustaine brothers.
Just a little brotherly love, I think is what that is. Line up for the PAT, number 4 with the hold for the Lions. I'm trying to see the kicker's number, but I'm not. I'm getting a 3, and that's all I've got.
I think it's 33.
That would make it Tyler Nolan if that's true, and it is kicker on the roster for a sophomore. With 8:02 left in the first, Lions will go up 7-0. So, Scott, do you think that the Lions give their quarterback the autonomy to call the plays that he sees that he needs, or do you feel that that's a pre-scripted first 10 plays that the Lions are ready to rock and fire, no huddle?
You know, that's interesting because when I watched them against Thatcher, they came out and pounded it, just went right down and scored right off the bat. And then as the game wore on, they kind of got away from, their mix and thought Thatcher wasn't giving up the pass, and so they went to the run, and Thatcher wasn't giving up the run, so they went back to the pass. It's interesting. I'm not sure that he has the autonomy to call it and go with what he's seen at the line. He might, but I'm not sure.
More often than not at the high school level, I think you see a pre-scripted 10 plays. They hammer them in, they get them dialed in, and they get after it. And I'm sure that changes week to week, but it'll be interesting now to see the next time the Lions have the ball, are they back on it? Do we see them slow it down a little bit and diversify? I don't know.
Back in formation, 8:02 left to go in the first quarter. Number 33 is going to kick off to Round Valley. Clark and Walker deep. He's going to pooch it up.
High short, picked up on the 15. Right up the middle. I believe that's about the 30, call it the 33-yard line. Man, we're low. We're really low to the ground. I'm having a hard time with the numbers.
The disadvantage of seeing in front of the players is kind of hard. 33, 34-yard line. Clark ran the ball out to.
Yeah, they're marking it on the 33 via the scoreboard, so just under 8 minutes, the Elks back onto the field. Elks offense back onto the field. I see Elmer all the way out, Brett Jordan next to him here on the left side. We got Marble with one in the backfield. I believe that is Clark because he's got the rag there. I've been using that pink rag more than not lately to help me find Clark.
And somebody else started wearing one, and then I think it might have been Baker in a couple games, so I was wearing the same pink one.
Oh, hell, I've been calling the wrong person then, I'm sure, for a while now. Let's see if that is. That's going to be Clark, I would imagine, because Baker's getting looked at.
The handoff is right up the middle to Clark, and there was nothing there. Number 75, we called out his name. It was one of the captains, Will Ray, senior, tight end defensive tackle, 6'4", 250. That's a big young man, and he takes care of business on the line.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Elks. Loss of yards. Walker now out on our side. Marble checking in, getting the play. 2 out to the right side. Man in motion coming to the left side. That's Brett Jordan. Comes to the left side at the snap of the ball. Riker rolls, throws left side, makes a connection. I believe that is Brett Jordan. Brett Jordan just short of the first down.
Going to come out to the 42-yard line on a throw from Marble.
So we're about 2 yards short. It's going to be 3rd and 2. They have 3rd and 3 on the board, but First down is the 44-yard line, so I think we've got about 2 yards for the Elks to go. 6:42 left in the first. Again, a big, huge thanks to Treadmasters bringing you the first quarter action here. Balancing, mounting, repairs, tires, wheels. Go check them out in Eager. Go see the fine folks at Treadmasters. They get you dialed in, oiled up, and ready to go. Big opportunity right here for the Elks. 3rd and 2 or 3. Riker taking a look at his wrist. Kyle Clark in the back with him. 2 to the right side. Snap of the ball. Clark gets it.
Gets up to the 49, 48-yard line.
About the 48-yard line. First down for the Elks. With all the excitement, I was just making sure he came down with it and there was no loose ball situation, which unfortunately has been something the Elks have been worried with the last couple of games, has been losing the ball. So good to see nice, firm hands on the ball as the Elks get their first down of the game. Just under 6 minutes in the first.
It looked like Pusch Ridge moved into their 5-man front on that last play, and we got body on body, and Kyle was just able to find a hole and pick up the first down.
So they read it well. They were ready for the run, and Kyle Clark sneaking on through there. Found a crease, as Dan would say. Hopefully he's listening. All right, 1st and 10 for the Elks, 5:39. Clark shifts over to the right side from the shotgun. Nice snap. Riker rolls to the left side. There's pressure. He's looking. He's about to the sideline. Ball in the air. Ball intended, I believe, for Walker. Nope, sorry, that's a 12. That's going to be Brody Ziegler, intended receiver, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Mature play there by Marble. He's reading it, getting pressure, pushing him toward the sideline. Didn't want to run out of bounds and lose about 15, maybe 13 yards, so he just threw it away.
But in the really general direction of Ziegler, not anywhere near an intentional grounding. Really good throw. But like you said, showing the maturity level, keeping his cool under pressure, because there were 2 or 3 Lions that I could see that were making a move.
They're definitely bringing pressure, and they're going to try to get to Marble early to see if they can kind of rattle him.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Elks again on the 48-yard line. The Elks trying to get into Lion territory. Clark in the backfield, heavy to the right side for the Elks. Marble takes the snap with 5:27, pitches out right side to Clark. Clark's going to find some room. He's still on his feet. He's moving. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, I want to say, about the 37.
I think he's got a little bit more than that. Well, I can't see those numbers.
38, 37-yard line. He's past the 40, and it's moving the chains. So another first down for your Round Valley Elks.
Kind of going back to the Pusch Ridge and Thatcher game. Thatcher, their quarterback, Napier, scored on 2 long touchdown runs when he kept the ball on that RPO option, on that pitch option.
Okay.
Kept it. Reeled off some long runs. It was interesting to see. I'm not quite sure how that happened. There may be some opportunity for Marble as the evening goes on.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Marble from the shotgun. Gives it left side. Still moving on his feet. Nice move. Carry for about 6 yards. That was Kyle Clark.
That was Kyle Clark up the middle.
The rag came off. I saw it lose, and they threw it off to the side, and I was looking for it still. So, see, Scott, I'm already messed up.
So, it looks like Pusch Ridge has some size up front, but they're not all, I mean, they're similar size to us on a few players, and they're maybe a little bit bigger on some others. We're finding ways and opportunities to get right up in the middle on them and not running away. Yeah,
their DN, especially 75, really big character there. So here we go, rolling his direction. Left side, Riker Marble with the pass, crosses left side. Intended receiver, I believe, was Brett Jordan. Incomplete.
Number 5, Bryson Barrios down there with the defensive pressure. Some of them in our stands wanted a little assistance from the referee maybe, but
little laundry, yeah, they were anticipating.
Bring up a 3rd down and about 4:36 left to go in the first quarter.
So with the ball on the 30, makes it a 47-yard field goal, doable by Flores if we had to. We don't want to see it. We want to march down the field.
Yeah, we don't want to see it right now. He'll be kicking into a breeze, so.
Which has, I guess it is still moving. I feel like it calmed down, but it's still moving that flag. Oh, nice hard count for the Elks. That's going to be a first down, I believe. I don't want to be too presumptuous.
They're pointing fingers that we move. Jack Butler, number 9, coming across.
Let's see, was it?
We're not backing up. There they go.
Yeah, it will be a penalty against the Lions. Good, see, that's what happened. I'm really good at putting my foot in my mouth. I was ready to be like, well, I guess that might have been us. Third first down for the Elks on this drive. 4:36 left in the first as the Elks trail by 7 here in the Treadmasters first quarter coverage of the quarterfinals playoffs. 3A division, the Elks in Tucson at Pusch Ridge. High snap. Marble's going to be able to get it before it bobbles onto the ground. Rolls to the left side. Passes up in the air. Out of bounds.
What an impressive play by Marble. He was able to tip it as the ball went over his head. Caught it, rolled out. Was looking for a man. It wasn't there. Just threw it away.
I almost copy-paste to the maturity you were talking about earlier. He really made some lemonade on that play right there, which if he wasn't able to bring that ball down, that's a 5-6 yard loss by the time you get to it. And so nice work by Marble making it a 2nd and 10 from the 25. Elks lining up. Marble and Clark in the backfield. We got one far out to the right side. Marble gets a snap, rolls left side. He's looking, left-handed thrower. Finds Brett Jordan inside the 10, gets pushed out of bounds. We're in a 1st and goal situation as the Elks with their 4th first down of the drive.
Nice pitch and catch by Marble out to Jordan, and we can move the ball. We have an opportunity to move the ball here.
It's going to be a game of adjustments, Scott. It's going to be how they adjust, how we move. Having such like offenses, it's going to be so interesting to see how this plays out later in the game.
It was interesting. That snap was a little high as well, but but Riker controlled it from the snap and just went forward.
4:23 left in the first after Jordan going out of bounds. We're at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal for the Elks. Marble gets the snap, I believe, hands off to Clark. And 2 or 3 Lions find him, though.
They are right there to stack him up, led by number 75, Will Ray.
Now, Marble's perspective obviously much different than my own, but I was surprised to see him not pull that. We see Riker do pull that a lot and to continue to roll to the left side, but he must have saw something he didn't like and gave it to Clark.
Yeah, it's easy up here to say, he should have kept that, but there's a read that they work on all the time, and if it's there, whatever that read is, if it's there, you give it. If it's not, you take it.
Well, and you know that Marble likes the ball, so it wasn't that he didn't want to have it, I'm sure.
He runs it well.
Here, I'm going to try to grab a little camera shot from Rustin after this play. We'll see if we got
a timeout here.
Timeout Round Valley. 3:37 left in the first.
Timeout Round Valley.
Let's go to a shot on Rustin as we take just a second. A little timeout for Twix for our ads as well, and we're going to have a lot more drinks than I'm used to having because I'm talking about 9 million miles an hour.
Beautiful setting down here at this campus. You get to see the ridge behind us. Just a beautiful campus down here, Pusch Ridge Academy, Christian Academy.
Yeah, they can pick the spots, that's for certain.
A little bit different setting. I mean, not a lot of room for parking, but people so far have been nice to us. The accommodations as far as getting set up were a challenge, having to bring a generator to have some power, but we're here, we're set up, good wireless.
Thanks for reminding me of that. I got to go check the generator at some point, make sure we don't run out of gas here. But yeah, we're bringing things a little differently, but guys, we're here, and it's because of the people you're seeing on screen right now that we're able to do it. We're able to make it happen. So thank you to all the supporters that we have here at Let's Go Elks. Again, this is the Treadmasters first quarter coverage here at Pusch Ridge. They take appointments now and walk-ins. It's not just first come, first serve. Go check out the fine people there at Treadmasters. 928-362-5280. 2nd and goal. Scott, loss of a yard on that play as they read Clark pretty well. We'll see what the Elks did a timeout for to readjust and change things up just a little bit.
Boy, that wind is kicking up.
I'm feeling it. Flores over there getting warm. Riker Marble, 5-step drop, pass, I think got deflected, did it not? Pass caught far on the right side. Man, sorry, we got a herd of Elks and Lions that we can't see through everything, but it is going to be just short of the touchdown. I believe it's going to be 3rd. They're marking it on the 4. I thought it was deeper than that. Pass caught for the Elks to the right side. Did you see a hand get on that, Scott? It looked like it got deflected a little bit.
It almost did, but whoever he threw that to, I never saw a number. They're lined up in the backside, and I still can't tell who it was.
Yeah, sorry. There's literally a dozen people between us and who caught that ball, and we are way lower than we're used to. So here we go, 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Marble from the shotgun, getting things set up, getting things adjusted. We got 2 Elks to the left side, 1 to the right. I see Jordan and Elmer to the left side. Marble takes the snap. Nice snap. He does give it. I think we made it. Ladies and gentlemen, they marked it short. It is 4th and inches. 4th and inches. Trail riders, you were at the tip of my tongue. 4th and 1. I can taste the chips and salsa now. Give it to me.
Well, they bring out a kid. They're bringing out some beef.
Is there a zip code on that dude's jersey, Scott?
They're bringing him out to add beef to the line. The Elks are right back on the ball. Pusch Ridge calls a timeout so they can get a formation that they want.
Let's see if Ruston. No, we're going to get the Elks, which is totally fine. But you are not wrong. They changed their lineup just a little bit for that situation.
So we are right down on the line. Now what do we do? We're not used to going under center. Typically we run it out of a shotgun.
Yeah, we typically don't have a 4th and inches punch it in. So going under center is almost a read. You know, it's almost forcing the, hey, by the way, this is what we're doing. Are you ready for it? Is this going to be an option? Is this going to be where Marble does hang on to it and gets the 6 just from the outside?
It certainly could be. I would think anything that we want to do is going to go straight forward. However, I think the size advantage goes to them. But we're talking about inches to get through there.
I can't believe it wasn't 2 hands in the air. It was just 1. The Elks trying to get things figured out. 4th and inches. It's go time right now. 2:18 left in the first. Elks are lined up from the shotgun. We are not in a special teams. Marble pushes hard. They're marking. Wait, whoa, hands up in the air. They're marking it short.
They are marking it short.
You know what this is, Scott? It's a safety opportunity. That's what it is. I'm going to read it that way.
So they may. Oh, Riker saying he broke the plane.
I thought with the roll, if you saw he pushed in there and rolled, I thought the roll got him in.
Now, we got to be careful here because Pusch Ridge could come out and kind of take a shot on us when we get our head down here. That's tough. That was a lifelong drive that we made, and we came up inches short there.
Yep.
And Pusch Ridge right here, they could take a shot on us and quickly strike back. They're going to just get out of the end zone. Mustang pushing forward. They're probably going to get out to about the 2.
A couple yards on it for sure. A little bit of breathing room, I think, is what they were looking for right there.
Get a little bit of pressure off the quarterback, give them a little bit of room. They're going to come right back up to the line of scrimmage, call their play. They got 2 backs in the backfield. Mustang, when he goes under center, he gets low, and he's a big kid, 6'1". He gets low, and he's going to turn around and hand off to the second man through. Barrios, number 30. No, that's a different runner, and he's going to bust it off. Here we're getting out to...
Is that 32 or 22, Scott?
It looked like 22.
Abraham Grajeda.
Senior running back. He's going to bust it out, and he's going to get out to around the 20. 22.
Joel with the tackle there for the Round Valley Elks. And there we see a little bit of diversification that you were talking about, that they have a number of people that can run the ball and run it with some energy. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line for the Lions, 1:20 left in the Treadmasters first quarter. A clap of the hands, gets the ball, quick pass left side to number 1.
They run a bubble screen to the outside for the wide receiver, and they can pick up some yards on that because they're pretty quick.
They're going to make about 17 yards on that play, getting to the 40-yard line.
Bryce Jewell coming up on the reception there.
Merrill finally bringing down the Lions. Clock is running with 1:05 left after the first down. Moved the chains from the 42-yard line. The Lions still in their own territory as the clock runs.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they turn around and run that same thing to this side. They're not going to. Mustang's going to throw it out here to the running back, number 5. He's going to come out here and pick up about 11 yards, 12.
Pushed out of bounds, so the clock will stop, and they're moving the chains. It was right at about 10 yards, so they're moving the chains again. 47.1 on the clock.
Pusch Ridge back on the ball.
Again,
not for another wide receiver screen. They're trying to get him to the outside so we can race down that.
Flag on the field.
Hopefully that's a holding.
Seeing the official that called it where he called it, I don't know too many other things. unless there was some hands in a mask or something that there's no way we would have seen from over here. Penalty is against the Lions. Scott, I wonder, why is he not looking at our direction? I can't see him call the penalties tonight.
He did. He did look over to the coaches and showed the penalty.
He did? Okay.
And then he gave it to the home crowd.
So
So that's not, I was going to say, that's not 10 yards from the side of the penalty. I'm not sure what you're marking there.
it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 47, what the clock says, but it's on the 46-yard line. So we're going to give you the 46-yard line first and, nope, they fixed it. 1st and 9, though. 1st and 9. Okay, here we go.
They're going to hand it off to
Finds his...
Barrios right up the middle. Going to pick up about 7 or 8.
Starts on the left side, runs into the right. It's going to move. It's going to be 2nd down and about 2. And number 1 just telling people on the ball, here we go. They're going to get one more snap off with 5 seconds left in the first. Yep, here we go. 3 seconds on the clock, and we're moving.
Fake it, and he's going to run the ball. Kyle Clark's going to come up and introduce himself to Mustangs as we close out the first quarter. Pusch Ridge 7, Round Valley 0.
So that will result in a first down, so a couple yards for the quarterback keeper, correct? Did I read that right?
That is correct.
Quarterback keeper is going to result in the first down, but we are done with the first quarter, so let's see what Rustin's got the shaky cam going. We can just... Scott, was that the first quarter that you'd anticipated? That was the first penalty that we saw, correct? Well, the one false start in there, not a lot of laundry.
We actually haven't had any on us so far. There's not any wood up here to knock on, but
that's true. Nothing.
First 2 penalties are on Pusch Ridge, and so I'm not sure. We're playing them well, but they can move the ball. They can move the ball efficiently, effectively. They're trying to get to the outside of our corners, because they have speed that once they get out there, we may not be able to catch them.
They're not giving us a break either, is what you're noticing. There is no slowdown going on the field right now. But guys, as we take a break here going into the second quarter, huge thanks to Mountain Drip IV Hydration Therapy located in Eager. Guys, they got the vitamins, the minerals, via IV access for quick absorption and recovery. It'll give your immune system a boost. If you've got a migraine, you can give them a call and they will help get you taken care of. They've got a configuration set for whatever your ailment is. MountainDrip.com. Good for anybody looking for better health. Athletes, teachers, parents, grandparents alike. Check them out right by the shortstop.
And just like that, we're back out on the ball. Pusch Ridge is up to the line, and Round Valley's running out to match formations with them.
I feel like they're not giving us a break either. We're Welcome to Arizona's Choice Insurance second quarter coverage here in Tucson. We've swapped sides. 22, right side. Back to the left side. Ooh.
He's going to bust that off and get down to about the 15-yard line.
22 again, Abraham Grajeda.
The pressure they're able to put on us defensively, well, by their offenses, they run the ball well. And then once you start focusing on that run, they're going to start throwing the ball to you. Back under center goes Mustang. He's going to hand the ball off to 22 once again, right up the middle.
Copy paste. But if it ain't broken, right, is what the Lions are thinking.
Keep working it.
And again, with the hurry-up offense, the Lions not slowing down. I'm sure this is something that the Elks anticipated, so it's not a surprise, but it is an adjustment when you're not used to having 30 seconds between plays.
Back on the line.
Crowd calling a screen prediction.
Mustang's going to hand off again to 22, Barrios. He's going to go to the edge. Kind of trips himself up there.
That's close to a first down. Let's see where it's marked.
Brody Ziegler helps him finish down to about the 5-yard line.
They're moving the chain, so first and goal. And let's see where they put it. 1st and 5 is what we're seeing, so 5 yards to go. Some of the Elks fans on their feet. Probably because they're a little chilly and because we're trying to get a little energy to the Elks.
I may have to join them as
Scott's on his feet as well.
They swapped out a few players there. It looked like they took out some speed for some size. Let's see if they go ahead and just run this again.
So you see him punching it in is what you're predicting here.
I formation.
Man in motion left side, hands off. 22 caught up in the backfield though. How about you, Mondo Garcia?
Slicing through, making the tackle. Taking care of business is Armando.
No gain on the play. They're marking it 2nd and 5 again. 2nd and goal from the 5. 10.5 minutes left in the half. Your Elks trailing by 7, looking for a huge defensive opportunity. I'm going to join you, Scott. My goodness.
I think there was a loss. They now have it 2nd and 9.
Oh, they did. I was surprised to see that.
Back in the same formation, same play. Hand off to the second back through.
Again, from behind that time, is that Trayson Merrill?
Trayson Merrill coming through, landing on top. They're going to get back to about the 5-yard line.
3rd down, about 5 yards to go, under 10 minutes.
So Pusch Ridge is going to re-substitute. They're going to bring back in the speed package that they have and take out the size.
The tool might not be a hammer anymore. We're going to adjust now. They're going to get a different tool out of the tool belt.
It wouldn't surprise me if the quarterback or the running back still runs this, but they're getting Round Valley to pull men out of the box.
Let's stretch out a little bit, yeah. Quarterback coming under center.
And then hand off. He's going to fake the handoff and roll out to the right, throw the ball back.
Nobody home but the receiver.
Number 11. Second touchdown to his brother tonight. Number 11 dragging across the back of the end zone as a tight end.
Nice read by the Lion quarterback. Rolls to the right side. A gap in coverage there for the Elks defense as he's waiting in the end zone for the ball there. 13-0 with 9:22 left in the first. 33 for the PAT. Into the wind, the kick is up, and it's good, making the score 14-0 with 9:22 left in the first half.
That brings the score to Pusch Ridge Lions 14, Elk Valley Elks.
It'll be interesting to see the response that the young men have on this drive. They drove the ball the last time all the way down to the inches line and were stopped by Pusch Ridge, and they turned around and drove it down the field and scored on us. I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have, or we will be able to bounce back.
You almost got to be angry at this point. You got to be hoping for some motivational anger, getting so close to the touchdown, not being able to get it, and then having 7 points on the other way. Let's see if the Elks come back at it. Guys, a huge thanks to Beehive Homes of Eager. Guys, if you've got a loved one that needs a little bit extra help and loves home-cooked meals, go see the wonderful people, Beehive Homes there in Eager, right by the elementary school. They took care of my great-aunt Gwen when she needed them the most. Go see the fine folks at Beehive Homes located in Eager, right by the elementary school. 33 with the kick. We're back at it. Picked up about the 20-yard line.
Riley Harlan, number 4, picking that up.
Harlan's going to get to the 35. First and 10 for the Elks from the 35-yard line here in Arizona's Choice Insurance second quarter, 9:16 left.
Riley Harlan brought that ball back out.
Round Valley comes out, and like we've done all year, basically, we huddle up, call the play. Sometimes we'll change it at the line depending on the defense formation.
Right.
That sets the ball up at the Elks 35-yard line. First and 10 Elks.
Elmer far out the right side. Brett Jordan a couple yards away from him here on the right side. I do see an Elk far out the left side as well. Marble with one in the backfield with him. Rolls left side, steps back, lots of pressure.
So what happened is they brought defensive pressure off of this side. They delayed the end, brought him. Marble rolled out like it was a run, faked the pitch, and then was going to throw down the middle of the field. He got hit in the back as he was releasing that ball, and that's always hurts when you get hit in the action of throwing.
Yep.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for us at the 35.
9:09 left in the first half. Riker saunters back up to the line. Hopefully he can shake that off. You're right. When you've got muscles flexed in all sorts of ways and get hit with that, it's not going to feel good. Round Valley takes a snap from the shotgun. Fakes handoff right side. Riker keeps it left. Riker cuts upfield. He is going to make it close. I think they're going to give that a first down situation. Let's move those chains for the Elks with 9:02 left in the half.
When I watched Pusch Ridge against Thatcher, I couldn't figure out how they were getting the pressure in, and they delayed that blitz often from either the linebacker or the end. They just bring him in a little bit later, so it kind of offsets the timing of the blockers on the line or the running back. And they got to, they get pressure quite a bit, and they got that on the previous play for Riker. Riker bounces back on a run, gets first down.
Is that the first time we've seen Riker hold on to it and run the ball?
Tonight, yes.
Riker with the carry, going to get the Elks a first down, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 9:02, Riker takes the ball, pitch right side. We're heading up the right side, stiff arm cross midfield. It's going to be good for about 6.
Number 11 coming in to take care of business for Pusch Ridge.
Clark with the carry. Clark?
It looks like he got a cramp or something.
Yeah, he got on his feet. Harlan's going to go in for him. We got to adjust a jersey, get him situated. He must have taken a hard hit there going down. 8:35 left in the half.
Number 11, the older brother Mustang, he's a big kid.
Yep.
He can put the hit on you. Harlan back into the backfield. We haven't seen him, I don't think, back there for a few games.
No, it's typically him or Baker, or Sir Clark or Baker. So Riley Harlan was in the right position, ready to get on the field. Let's see what the Elks do with the 2nd and 6 situation. 8:15 left in the half. Riker rolls back, rolling now to the left side with lots of pressure. 75 on him, ball in the air. Nobody there. It's going to be a 3rd and 6.
He made sure he got outside the tackle box and threw that ball away. And
75 is not a small individual, Scott. I'd be running from him as well.
He moves well for lineman.
Yep.
With some size, he moves well. Nowhere near the size of that young man from Florence last week. But still, I'm impressed with how he moves.
Round Valley cross midfield. They're going to be on the Lions' 49-yard line, 3rd and 6 with 8:05 left in the half. Elks get settled. Marble from the shotgun. Is it still Harlan in the backfield, or we get him swapped back out?
No, it's still Harlan.
Harlan gets the ball to the 45. Harlan's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down, but a nice carry.
You hate to kick the ball back to him at this point on the field.
Oh, especially, yes.
But you don't want to turn the ball over to him here either.
Midfield.
Looks like they're going to.
You know the Elks want the answer. You know they want the 7 points. 7:40 left in the half. Elks off. Wait, hold up. Marble calling an audible before they even get to the line. 4th and 2. Not sure what we have on the play clock. Oh, guys, sorry. The crowd's jiggling the camera. We'll get it fixed here in a minute. 7:19 left. Riker takes the snap. Hold up.
Game.
They're
illegal motion
on the Elks from the line. Well, Scott, now do you change your tune? Now we're going to be right at midfield, 4th and 7.
Yeah, I think they're bringing on the punt team.
Yeah, you see Marble taking some steps back. Marble effective from the punt position. I think we should see it deep in Lion territory. Number 1 headed back for it for the Lions. Unfortunate penalty there for the Elks. Pressure. Marble with a high kick. That's coming out of bounds.
That's coming out of bounds. I don't think we got much distance out of that.
Oh, man. That is the 40-yard line, Scott. That's only a few yards up from the 4th and 2 position where the Elks were getting ready to go for it. And so even with the punt, we're at the position that you were worried about us being in. 60 yards for the Lions to score again. 7:09 left in the half.
Lions back out on the field, not like they ever left, but they're in formation. 1 running back, Mustang in the back, or he's in shotgun position. He gets a snap. He's going to fake the handoff and keep the ball himself and get caught. It looked like a whole lot of face mask right there, but I don't see a flag, so.
There's a whole lot going on right there.
We'll take it.
Couple Elks bringing him down. Man, I'm trying to get a number. Is that 21? Yep, that's number 21 for the Elks in on that action as well. There were a few other Elks there as well. But Joel Hernandez taking care of business there.
I think he's filling in for Baker.
Fair. Also, is Baker, did we see him on the side? Is this him right here? Still trying to work things. No, that's Kyle Clark.
Yep, that's Clark.
Quarterback steps back, pass up the middle. Number 11 in and out of the hands of number 11. Coverage by, is that Joel again?
No,
that was that Brett?
That's Jordan.
That was Brett Jordan. 20-something.
23, and that wasn't far off. No, 3 to 6 inches. That could be a touchdown.
That was fingertips. 6:32 left in the half. 3rd and 9. Big defensive opportunity for the Elks right now with the Lions in shotgun position. Number 5 in the backfield with the quarterback. There's that quick pass right left side. Number 9 with it. Number 9's upfield. Will run out of bounds after the first down.
We got number 19 out there, Jose Leon, filling in also. I think Jose's filling in for Kyle. Kyle's getting worked on or loosened back up to be able to get back on the field.
This is where depth of roster, this is where size for us factors in a number of ways. And so let's see how the Elks defense is able to adjust. 1st and 10, 6:25 left in the half. Quarterback quick pass left side again. Couple Elks on him. It's going to be close to the first down.
And they get the ball out so quick that we're not able to get pressure on him. It looked like Trayson came in from that far side, came in putting pressure, but the ball was gone by the time he got there. They're back on the line. Ball is set.
2nd and 1. Clock's running with under 6 minutes left in the half.
Mustang gets a snap. He's going to keep the ball himself. It looked like a broken play. Kyle Clark's back out on the field, and he just kind of chopped the legs out from under him. Looks like he picked up a first down.
I think you're right. I think Mustaine expected to see something to his right side, didn't see it, and pivoted back with the ball.
It seemed like he just bobbled that snap just a little bit, and he decided, I'm just going to take it up the middle.
Got him what he was looking for. 1st and 10, 5:40 left in the half. Already back on the ball.
Ball on the 32-yard line. Mustane's going to take the snap, drop back, 3 to the right. He's looking out there, and he's going to go deep. Number 11, we're out of position. That's a touchdown. 3 touchdowns, brother to brother this evening.
3 for 3, the 2 to 11 combo. 5:28 left in the half. Score now 20-0. Lions special teams out onto the field. PAT into the wind. Kick is up.
And good.
Scores 21-0 with 5:28 left in the half. Round Valley will be getting the ball back.
The score, Pusch Ridge Lions 21.
Yeah, your comment about the depth of our lineup that comes into play there. I'm not sure that those 2 middle linebackers on that drive really practiced. Got to see, hey, what's the defensive plan this week? I'm sure they were out there, but it's different watching on the sideline and getting in there and making the reads and all that. So that was interesting to watch.
It's hard to step into some of those positions, especially a middle linebacker position, and be ready to make the change and make the effort that needs to happen on some of those kinds of coverages. 5:28 left in the half. Here we go. Elks coming back out onto the field. A little thanks going out right now to Backwoods Tees. Guys, embroidery work, shirts, screen printing, getting it done for your next family reunion, corporate event, whatever you need. BackwoodsTees.com. They got a huge selection. Check them out on Facebook or at BackwoodsTees.com. I am wearing a Backwoods Tees hoodie right now, keeping me warm. Arizona's Choice Insurance, second quarter. Here's the kick. Off to the right. It's going to take a bounce. Round Valley's going to pick it up.
We're lucky we ended up with that ball.
Last thing you want to do is not talk, and I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, please get a hold of the ball right there. A ball took a bounce. Elks picked it up. Was that Walker that did end up with the ball there?
It did. The ball kind of bounced away from him, and so he came up to kind of put a play on it. It bounced away, and he had to chase it down.
So Round Valley's going to pick up the ball on their own 21-yard line. 5:20 left in the half. Plenty of time to make something work right here.
Just need to put together a drive, moving down the field before as we go into half. Clark's back in the backfield with Marble.
Good to see number 2 back on the field. Marble takes a snap, rolls left side, We're looking. Ball's in the air.
Oh.
I believe that was a connection attempt to Brett Jordan. It's going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Just overthrew him about the 45-yard line.
Goes incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
Round Valley going to break out of the huddle, come up to the line. Going to send Whiting to the top of the formation to the left. Elmer and Jordan down to the bottom. One running back. Kyle Clark with Marble in the backfield. Marble is going to take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff and roll out. He's going to keep it.
He's got room, Scott. He's going to run out of bounds after he gets oh, wait. Where are they? Sure looked like a first down. Where's that getting marked? We're moving the chains. There we go.
Yeah, when I watched him against Thatcher, I don't know if Napier was able to pick up big yards when he kept that ball in that run.
That will move the chains. That does bring up an Elks first down.
Five minutes are going to roll. 5:04 is where they're going to stop it. They must have had to reset the clock situation a little bit. 5:04 left in the half. Arizona's Choice Insurance, guys. Whatever your needs might be, go give them a conversation there by Dairy Queen. Riker Marble, 2 or 3 steps, right back, pass in the middle.
Oh.
What flag on the play?
Going to be a pass interference there. They had him sandwiched. Number 2 came over and looked like he made contact a little bit early.
That was a Brett Jordan sandwich for sure. Nice connection, though, to Jordan. He tried everything he could to get a hold of that ball.
Very similar to last week. He went down in that game in that end zone contact, but in this position there was 2 players.
Got some score updates for you. We'll do a little conversating here at halftime. Lots of close games, though, Scott. Look at that. This is currently in the 3A the only not one touchdown ball game, and that was horrible English. I apologize for that. But lots and lots of super close games. The Elks working to get this one tightened up right now with 4:57 left in the half.
First down at the 45-yard line. No, 46. Marble gets snapped. He's going to roll out here to the right. He's looking for a pass. Going to throw it down the sideline.
Intended for Jordan, or for Elmer, excuse me.
I'm not sure because the ball went out of bounds, but Jordan had cut off his route, so I don't know if they're on a different call there.
Right.
I looked a little off.
I would 100% agree. The Elks throwing with the wind right now, and even the pass seemed well off. The pass didn't seem like that's where I thought Riker would want it to go. 2nd and 10, 4:51. See what we get this time. We got Elmer and Jordan out here, closer to Scott and myself on the right side. Marble all alone. Round Valley looking to the air, sends a man in motion. Riker's going to hold on to it left side. He's going to be found by some Lions with a loss of about 2 yards.
Number 75 coming out there setting the edge, turning Marble back in, and the additional players coming in helping him clean that up. We're going to lose 3 or 4 yards.
They're making it 5 is what they're saying. 3rd and 15. Elks on their own 47-yard line. That is the 44-yard line. Thank you for that update scoreboard, because I'm like, I'm counting lines, and that's not right. 3rd and 15 from the 44.
Go back to an empty set. Marble by himself takes a snap. He's going to roll out here, getting pressure. And essentially he just throws the ball away on that play.
Receiver that was intended for that ball was covered up pretty tight. It's going to be a 4th and 15 opportunity. We're back where we were a few minutes ago. We're going to see the Elks, I believe, in a punt situation with that much time left on the clock. Right at 4 minutes, Elks fans.
Marble will get the kickoff. It's a low line driver. It's going to bounce down.
It's touched. Ball's live.
The initial tackle and get him out of bounds around 22-yard line, somewhere in there.
Looks like it. Line judge asking for the chains, and you're right, Scott, right at the 22-yard line. Is that a spotter for the line judge? I'm not sure.
3:51 left to go in the second quarter.
A little bit of assistance going on. Might know who that is.
And I think we need to expect them to push the ball. They're not gonna take a knee. They're not gonna slow down. They're gonna push and see if they can get another score before halftime.
Well, especially with 3:51 left on the clock.
Mustang hands it off back to number 22, straight up the middle. It's gonna pick up about 5.
Yep, 2nd and 5 as the clock runs. Yeah, I think you'd see a little bit less of the victory formation going into the half. With a lot of time left on the clock right now, this is do or die playoff stuff. I think you're absolutely right. We're going to see the Lions pushing for the end zone again.
Mustang comes up under center. He's going to fake the handoff, roll off to the right, and number 10 is down the sideline by himself.
Nobody home.
Somebody bid on that play to the outside, and Pusch Ridge picks up the score.
So from 3:41 to 3:07, the Lions make it a 27-0 ball game. Lions special teams on the field. The Elks defense lining up. Clock, or not clock moving, but play clock now moving. There's the snap and the kick. Again, 3:07 in the half. The Lions make it 28-0 as special teams gets reset, and the Elks get ready to receive the ball again. While we're getting things set on the field, a huge thanks to Altitude Hyperbaric Chamber at altitude.life. Guys, it will help all different aspects of your life, from strengthening your immune system, health issues. My wife went and visited them for some knee repair that she was having going. If you want sub-sea level pure oxygen sessions, altitude.life. Thanks for helping us bring the action here tonight at Pusch Ridge. 3:07, guys. 3:07 left in the half. I keep wanting to say the word adjustment, Scott. I'll save it for halftime, though, because there's got to be something that we change up, that we adjust to, with all the cell phone lights over there in the crowd.
That must be the student section. They're going to pooch this kick again a little bit farther. Harlan's going to get that ball and get hit right about the time he holds on to that.
That is dangerous, because that ball has so much airtime that the defense is there.
You almost need a fair catch that. But
I thought he was going to.
If you're out of practice, if that's not what you're used to seeing, you're just thinking, oh, it's going to get down, and all of a sudden you're getting introduced to an opposing player right in your face.
And that's how somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
It's a little cooler right now. It is cooling down more, and they've got a lot of speed on them, and we don't have the bandwidth right now to take a lot of hits like that.
So we're going to come up in a compressed formation, 2 tight off each side, 1 running back in the back. Marvel's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it right up the middle to Clark.
Clark's still driving and moving. They're going to get about 3-4 on the play. Man, perspective is not my best friend anymore. We're going to call that 2 to 3. It's probably, they're saying 2nd and 8. So clock will move. 2.5 minutes left on the clock as it winds down. Ball now on the 35-yard line. Elks needing to score right here. They've got to minimize some of the damage right now.
Emotionally going in, they need a little picker up here going into halftime.
Yep.
Going to send Whiting to the top side by himself. Harlan down on the bottom. Couple tied off each side. Marble back with Clark. He's going to take the snap, fake the handoff, and keep it. Gets around the corner.
But then cuts back in.
But there's a number, I can't read that until he gets up.
Line not moving very much. Third down. 150 left. It is hard being this close to the ground, Scott. I think we get spoiled in the dome with that perspective.
You get a beautiful angle up there, and you can see everything, and here you can't.
I mean, I love sitting in the bleachers. I absolutely do, but just that angle, we got a 30-degree angle or so that we get to look down on the field there. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8. 1:26 left in the half. Man pushes out. Riker Marble, quick pass right side. Elmer a couple steps ahead of it. 4th and 8. Clock will stop at 1:16. I don't know if I've heard of an intended receiver called a destination before, but I like it. Every announcer's got their flavor, and that's all right. He may be a train conductor. I think that might be his profession outside of the football field. 4th and 8, 1:16.
Marble back to kick. He's going to get it off. It's a low liner again. Number 1.
Picked up on the 30.
That's number 5. He's going to go to the far side. And he's almost broke that. He got over the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he broke through some contact around the 40-yard line, got another 10 on it. It's going to be on the Elks 48. 1:04 left in the half. We turned from looking for hope to some containment now. We don't want to see the score go any higher than 28-0 going in because the Elks will be kicking the ball to the Lions here in the second half, correct?
If it were any other team but one of these top 4 teams, they would take a knee and go into headline or halftime, but they're going to go ahead and push it.
Yep.
Throw out to number 10. They're going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards. That's going to be Cody Raffix.
Ball is caught and kept in bounds, though. Clock is running. So, of course, Lions right on the ball. Guys, it's only been 6 or 7 seconds. The Lions are right back on it. They're ready to go. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. That was snapped to the running back, correct?
That was a sneaky play. Quarterback act like he lost the ball. Goes running back. Running back picks it up, goes right off the right side.
He was throwing his hands in the air. He was playing it, selling it hard.
I was wondering, what did I miss on that?
Yeah, I'm like, why are your hands doing a windmill motion right now? But
32 seconds as the time runs down. The quarterback's looking out here to the left, and he's going deep again to number 1. He makes the catch and gets pushed out of bounds right about the 19-yard line.
So we're in the red zone with 23.8 left in the half.
So might you expect number 11 coming off the tight end here?
What?
He'll throw it in.
Why? What number 11?
Roll out right down the middle.
Boom, right to the middle to number 11.
Yeah. We're going to call a timeout here. 16.9 seconds left remaining.
Yeah, I was just looking to make sure I had my timeout straight. That's only the second timeout called by the Lions. Both teams had a timeout in the first, back-to-back, pretty close, and then none since.
So we're going to get into it at halftime a little bit, but all of the teams basically that are left in the bracket, they all run the same offense. Some of them throw a little bit more. Eastmark, Pusch Ridge. I'm not sure about Horizon because I've never seen anything that they do. Some run a little bit more. I would say Sholo, Thatcher.
If you got the personnel for it, right, then yeah, it's going to fit in that wheelhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. And some are just really explosive, and Pusch Ridge fits in that mold. They have the players, they have the speed, they have some good size on them.
We've seen 2 or 3 of the Lions with that ability, that explosive left to right and then turn it up, and they've got it. 16.9 seconds left as the teams come back onto the field.
Looks like they're coming out in their heavy formation. No, they're not. They could just have them up in tight, 2 off of each side.
Yep.
One running back, Mustaine in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to look out to the right and throw it way out there. That looked like that was out of the back of the end zone.
The wind had died down a little bit. I don't know if he was anticipating a little more wind to push that ball down. But, yeah, it carried through the back of the end zone. Nice pass, though, by the quarterback that route was sending that receiver all the way over there to the corner. 10.4 left in the half. It's now a 3rd and 2 from the 11. You can see one more pass play and a field goal here possibly by the Lions.
Mustang takes the snap, drops back, and he throws out to the right and just overthrows his receiver, number 5. They're going to send out their field goal team.
6.2 seconds left. 4 seconds burned on that play. Ball's on the 11, so it's going to be a 28-yard field goal attempt for the Lions.
Block it up, let's go!
Halftime coverage can be a little different for us today. Scott, I will run away from you for a minute with the microphone. You're welcome to chat it up solo if you'd like. We can see if we can get Ethan on the phone to chat with you a little bit about the first half. I've got to go check the gas in the generator, which we don't normally have to do.
I understand that.
Ball snapped. Kick is up, and I believe that is through the uprights. 2.6 seconds left in the half. Round Valley going to get the ball with 2.5 seconds as they're trailed by 31. Now this is a Dan the Truth Man situation possibly. Does mercy rule take into effect any differently in the playoffs than it would in the regular season? Would we see the clock begin to run differently in the second half should the score expand a little bit?
I wouldn't know why it's different, but I'm not sure.
Dan the Truth Man, send me a text if there is any differential there. I don't believe there is. Not that we ever want to get anywhere near that. 33 coming out for the kick.
He's going to squib it right down the middle. Kyle Clark's going to take it around the 15, get stood up before the 20.
And that will expire the last few seconds on the clock. We go into halftime, the Elks trailing 31-0 here in Pusch Ridge. A little bit of comment in the Facebook situation here, Scott. So far, Pusch Ridge doing what they want on offense, the defense needing to make adjustments. We'll get into that here a little bit in halftime. But, guys, there's 15 on the clock as we get ready for our halftime coverage. So give me one moment here. And like I said, I need to go see how much gas we have burned, that we've burned during the first half coverage. So, guys, welcome to the LeSueur Advanced Automotive halftime run to Circle K gas check. Just kidding. I hope we don't have to go anywhere. But I got a gallon of gas I'm going to go check on. So, Scott, I'm going to leave them to you. If you want to share, talk scores, or if you'd like to get you a drink, take a break, guys, we appreciate you hanging with us here as we now are into our halftime coverage. Huge thanks to LeSueur Advanced Automotive for bringing us the gasoline check. I'm going to go check generator. Be right back.
While Wes is out, we're going to go ahead and kind of highlight some of the players that we have on this team. We were trying to get set up a little bit earlier, and I hope to do this earlier in the game, or before the game actually, but we just didn't have an opportunity to do that without having power. Some of the seniors that Round Valley has playing for us this evening, according to the roster. If I miss somebody, that's not my intention. Number 4, Riley Harlan, running back, linebacker, and plays corner for us currently. Kenley Caldwell, number 8, played slot receiver and the safety, one of the safety positions for us throughout the year. Number 11, Dallin Walker, also plays slot and quarterback position for Round Valley. Number 14, Kevin Flores, has been a kicker for Round Valley for the past 3 years. As we look down the lineup, we got number 21, Joel Hernandez. We have him listed in here as a linebacker, and he had to come in a little bit earlier tonight. Gage Baker went out pretty early in the game with his knee, so Joel came in to help out. And then Kyle went out, so we also had Jose Leon come in to help out as well in the linebacker position. But number 21, Joel Hernandez, is another senior. Number 24, Jordan Elmer, wide receiver cornerback for Round Valley. moving on down the lineup, 50, Armando Garcia, guard and tackle, defensive tackle for Round Valley. Another senior, number 12, Wesson Slade. Now Wesson, that number's wrong, 52, Wesson Slade. Wesson, I don't think had an opportunity to play all year. I think the young man went to camp. It was either his shoulder or his elbow. I think it was his shoulder. Tore something in his shoulder. Has got some things taken care of. Was never able to saddle up and play for the Elks, but he's been around the team all year. I'm sure he missed out on that. Moving on down the lineup, we got number 54, Trayson Merrill. Got him listed here. He's played tight end this year. They kind of moved him around. He's defensive end, right tackle. As we move on down the lineup, we got number 77, Keanu Clark, playing tackle and defensive tackle for Round Valley. And then according to the roster, I think the last one on the list that I have is number 80, Brian Acosta, a senior for Round Valley. Now Brian listed in here as wide receiver and a linebacker. Brian's the one that got that kickoff return during the Page football game when they came out and they tried to onside it and we were kind of out of position. He picked that ball up and ran it back for an opening score on that. So that was Brian Acosta. Those were the seniors for the Round Valley Elks this year. It's been a great opportunity to be able to watch them, and we hope to be able to watch them again next week. We're in a pretty tough spot so far. This first half, we have Pusch Ridge up 31. We're at 0 as we start about a few minutes into halftime. Weston went down to check the generator situation, make sure we have enough power through the second half. We're unable to show you the video information that we're normally able to due to some licensing rights with Pusch Ridge and the NFHS network. We do have some scores, or at least Wes has some scores on his computer for some of the other games, and I'm trying to wait a little bit to give him a chance to get back up here so we can talk about some of the other games going on and what the scores are on those games right now. They look to be pretty close, all of them. As far as where they were, again, we had Paradise. I don't even have my listing here. I'm looking at abbreviated names. Paradise Honors, I think, is playing in Sholo this evening. We have Valley Christian making the trip down to Thatcher. And then Sabino headed to Eastmark. Paradise Honors, that is correct. Those are the 8 remaining teams in the 3A division bracket. Division 4, which would be Snowflake, is now, I believe this is their last week before they start their playoff picture. Their season started just a little bit later than ours. I don't know if that's just scheduling variety or if that had to do with the refs and the challenge of having enough refs through the season, having to swap games to Thursday night, to Friday night, some games on Saturday to make accommodations. I'm not sure, but Snowflake will be looking to make a push in there. In the Division 4 playoffs. So Wes is headed back up here. We're going to get him tuned back in, talk a little bit about some of the other games that are going on. We'll talk obviously about this game, talk about some adjustments that need to be made, talk about some of the performances of the first half. I want to thank you again for tuning in with us on this audio-only broadcast for Let's Go Elks. We've received quite a few requests for basketball coverage this season coming up, and what that looks like, not able to tell you. It all depends on availability and support and the different help that is out there, but potentially there could be some coverage out there that would be good to be able to get some coverage for the varsity boys and girls throughout the season periodically. Basketball season has kicked off this week with practices starting, so games will be coming up here before you know it in the Dome with the Christmas holiday. I can't even remember the name of that tournament. Round ball
on 8, 9, and 10 of December, I do believe. And to answer your question a little bit, we are working to get a mobile crew ready for the basketball season, so look forward to that. If you'd like to help support the basketball streams, let us know. We'd love to have you as a partner and an advertiser on those streams. You can reach out to me at Facebook is easy at Wes McBee or 928-251-0005 as we try to expand our coverage with a few more people. I've got Ethan Holiday. Ethan's going to talk numbers with us right now, so let's take a quick second right now during the LeSueur Advanced Automotive to go to our stats that are brought to us by Shortstop. So let me cut over to it right now. I'm going to bring Ethan in. Let me see. Ethan, can you hear us? Make sure that I've got him on the right channel really quick. All right, let's try again. Ethan Holiday, can you hear us, sir? Oh, one more time. Try again.
Are you there?
Oh, I can hear you now. Ethan, can you hear us?
I hear you just fine, Wes.
Hey, there we go. Ethan Holiday can't join us in person, unfortunately, to see the rodeo that Scott and I have got going on here in Pusch Ridge. But, Ethan, you've been tracking and watching the numbers, and I've got the dashboard up right now. Talk us through what you're seeing on your end.
So, essentially, the way I'm seeing the game so far, and the numbers kind of pan this out, is I see the Elks struggling, especially on the line. Struggling to get our run game established. Kyle Clark's got 33 yards. Riker's got 16 yards. Riley Harlan, he's got 4. And so struggling and rushing, 53 total rushing yards for the Elks tonight. And then on the passing end of things, it's looking a little bleak there too. We got a total of 36 yards right now with all the pressure. Riker is 3 for 14 in his attempts tonight. He's only completed 3 passes on 14 attempts. So if we're going to have any hope of getting back in this, we're going to need a little bit more solid line play, I think. And I think defensively we're struggling with the same. The run, we try to bring pressure, and that leaves us exposed, and they pass right over the top of us. So it's kind of what I'm seeing from home.
So the offensive line, that's what you're calling out as a possible adjustment that we need to see as we talk about Winslow McNeil chiropractic adjustments. Is there anything else that you see the offensive line changing things up to see a big change for the Elks offensively and defensively here in the second half?
Well, there is one other possible adjustment they could make, and that would be to swap over to Big 23, Brett Jordan, and have him handle the play calling duties for the second half. In the wind, he's proven to have a little bit stronger arm. That may be what we need to get back in this. The only problem is, of our 36 yards, Brett Jordan has 31 of them in the receiving department. So that's kind of a double-edged sword there. But Riker could still be an excellent threat out of the backfield running the ball. So I don't know. Coach has got a lot to think of, but that could be a possible adjustment. I could see. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
So I definitely saw a few comments, and I told Scott about one of them there that the biggest adjustment that people are seeing watching the stream and listening to the stream coverage is that the defense needs to make adjustments. Scott, what do you see as the biggest possible adjustment opportunities that we need to be seizing?
This is that cat and mouse game that offenses and defenses get into. Okay, you're going to bring somebody up to support the run. We're just going to beat you with the throw. And that's what they've effectively done all night. I think the coaches had a good game plan coming in here. I think they just need to get the kids settled in and to go back into play. Okay, they're bigger on the line in some areas. They're doing some things to us. Just kind of settle down and play. Because toward the end of that first half, some kids started to hang their head. It got a little bit tough for them. Hopefully they can get back in there and kind of settle down and just come out here and play some football.
We haven't seen the Lions slow down their offense yet. We talked about would that happen, when that would happen, the autonomy that the Lions quarterback has in front of him. And they haven't taken their foot off the gas offensively yet, or it doesn't seem like it to me that I've seen them really feel like they've had to slow down at all yet.
And they won't. That's just kind of how they play. They play the ball, and they might late in the game, but they're coming out to score. They're coming out to win, which every team should be at this point in the season.
Yep.
You need to win to move forward, and they're going to do that. They're going to continue to work on things on their side of the ball. So I don't expect them to do that. I expect them to come out and play.
Well, guys, we got 3 minutes left on the clock, and then 3 minutes. We should be seeing the teams come back any moment now. Ethan, any parting words for us from your perspective here tonight of the contest?
Well, I just hope to see that the Elks come out with a lot of energy and at least put up a good fight here in the second half. I'm still rooting for them. I'll still be here watching, and I wish I was there with you guys.
All right, so just like Ethan, wherever you happen to be watching, screaming, yelling at your TV, guys, make sure you're vocal in the chats. We'd love to have you. Ethan's kind of manning that station tonight. So, Ethan, thanks for managing some of the stats for us remotely. Shortstop appreciates it, and we will see what happens here in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Holliday.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Night, Ethan. Good to hear from you, sir.
2 minutes left on the clock. Here we are in the LeSueur Advanced Automotive halftime show as we wait for some adjustments. Scott, is it just me, or does it feel like the wind has calmed down well, not significantly, but it's much calmer than it was in the first quarter?
Oh, yeah, it's calmed down. It's, it's comfortable. It's a little chilly if you're not wearing a jacket, but it's comfortable.
So we'll see what impact that has on the second half situation here. Guys, I'm sure Scott's been keeping you up to date. Scott, did you go around the mountain and look at the other scores that we've had at all? So let's see if we can get some halftime scores here really quick. Let me refresh these numbers. We'll let you know what else is going on everywhere else real quick. Half the teams at halftime, half of them aren't. Just a quick update for you. It looks like Show Low is on top of Paradise Honors right now, 26-21 in the second. Valley Christian is down 8 from Thatcher. Thatcher winning at halftime by 8 points, 28-20. You know what's going on here in Pusch Ridge. And it's a tie ball game. Eastmark and Sabino right now, 21-21 in the second quarter. So a lot of crazy football happening around the state here in the quarterfinal action here in 3A.
The Sabino game kind of surprises me. I watched the game, Sabino and Pusch Ridge, and Sabino actually had to lead early in that game in the mid-20s. Then they threw a couple of picks that got ran back by number 22, Bubba Mustaine, to kind of put the game back in the hands of Pusch Ridge and kind of move that game forward. But up until that point, they played them tough. But Eastmark, I think, is the real deal. Early in the season, they faced Thatcher. I think it was the second game out of the season. Came out, punched him in the mouth, went up. It was like 21 or 28-0 before Thatcher really got settled. Came back in that game, ended up winning on an attempted field goal that missed, but there was a penalty on the last play of the game, so they got to kick the ball again. Made the field goal, won the game. But it was that close.
Wow.
It was that close. So Eastmark is good. So Sabino being right there with them, that's it's a little surprising, but I'm telling you that there's some good teams that are left in this bracket.
This is a tough bracket going on. It's going to be a crazy 2 weeks of football after tonight. And so excited for the 3A, excited for all the teams that are in it. And we do see the Lions coming back out onto the field. 2.5 minutes left on the clock as we get ready for the second half. I believe I see the Elks coming back onto the field right now, walking down out of the locker rooms. We'll see if we can get Rustin dialed back in and lit back up so we can get a little more of the stuff on the ground. Again, we can't give you live field coverage, but we will see if we can get some pictures of the Elks coming back out onto the field. You called it out earlier, Scott, but a great showing by the Elks fans. We got a good group of people here in the stands. They got blankets on. They're not used to that. Or they're used to sitting on them instead of wearing them.
We are spoiled in the dome, that's for sure. The Elks coming back on the field. They're cheering them back on, being led by Armando Garcia, number 50. There's an opportunity. This could be his last game. I'm not calling that. But as a senior, he's leading the team back out on the field, and they start their stretches to get ready for the second half.
Well, you start having those thoughts as a senior every week. This is the last game of this. This is the last time I might play St. John's. This is the last time you do it. It's just the nature of your senior year. And so they come to every game saying this could be the last time I put on pads as a high school player, right?
The battle that a coach faces at the end of the year as that season goes on is everyone burns out. But do they burn out before that state championship?
Yeah, when do you peak, right? As
Yeah.
you're looking to push a team, to run a team, you're trying to build that cohesiveness, and you don't want that to happen too early, where they either burn out, they're done, right? That those emotions have got to stay dialed in.
Right.
Officials coming back out onto the field. Again, guys, we're close. I think we've still got the 3 minutes on the clock after. Has it ran out yet, Scott? I don't think it has.
I wasn't even watching them. I've just been enjoying time watching the Elks come out, stretching. Some of the players encouraging some of the younger ones, sticking an arm around them, trying to keep them in this game. It's a tough spot to be in for the seniors when they look down the barrel of the opportunity of, this is kind of it for the opportunity to play, unless something drastic happens, which it absolutely could. It's a tough spot for them to be in. They got to keep their heads up, continue to work hard.
Well, we are just a few minutes away to find out. I do not see. I think you've hit it right on the head. I don't see the Lions taking their foot off the gas at all. This is not the time to do that. Looking at the Elks, kind of talking about the same way, is during our regular season, there's not a lot of games that we play 4 quarters of football before the clock starts running and it just burns out. And you got to play. You got to have the reps. You got to season yourself. And I think we're not going to see them take their foot off the gas. They're playing hard. They're playing full games all the way to what they hope is a state championship, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the area that we play in, it's a disservice for some of the games. You play a half a game, a little bit more than half, and you got to start pulling kids for a variety of reasons, and they just don't get that full game experience. And
we always say how good it is that the underclassmen are getting in and getting some time as well, right? But when you can't play 4 quarters of football, that team can't be cohesive and have 4 quarters of football all the time, and it shows sometimes, especially as we enter into the playoffs.
Yes, it does.
So, guys, I think we already did have our 3-minute timer reset. I do see the Lions heading out onto the field, Round Valley chatting it up. So I think we are getting ready to exit ourselves from the LeSueur Advanced Automotive halftime show. Again, a huge thanks to Aaron, the awesome people there in Eager with LeSueur Advanced Automotive. Whether the job's big, small, somewhere in between, your car's making a weird noise, go tell them what that noise is. They'll take care of you. LeSueur Advanced Automotive right there in Eager, Arizona. So we're about to exit out of that and head right into the third quarter coverage brought to you by Sierra Propane, another awesome company covering with us, covering the community. They're there for the community. Sierra Propane. And we're going to start off with an onside kick.
And I don't think it's going to make it 10 yards on that, unfortunately.
It was 2 vertical, and it covered maybe 7 or 8 yards. Scott, by the time it got there, do you think?
Yeah. Hey, why not? You need the ball.
You pull no punches. You got to try. You know what? And that right there is us seeing an adjustment being made. They're trying something different.
Absolutely.
We're doing something different.
Absolutely. So Pusch Ridge will have the ball on the 49-yard line of the Elks coming out. They're out in formation. They're not huddling. Come up to the line. They're going to call the play there, and they're going to go.
The announcer wasn't even ready. Now the announcer's ready. Now we're ready for some football. Lions under center, quick pass right up the middle with a bullet to number 11. Well, I don't know if his knee ever was on the ground, Scott. Did you notice that? I wondered what the lack of the whistle was. But
yeah, he was like sneakily like, yeah, I'm down.
Was he hoping he'd let go of him and he was going to take off to the races, right? Because he was stretched out. We had a leg on him. Round Valley had one leg holding on for dear life, but I didn't ever see his knee touch the ground. So that shows some smart. That also shows some maturity there for Pusch Ridge.
Mustaine is a big young man, 6'2", 220. This time they're going to hand it off to number 5, coming around the outside. He's going to pick up about 10 yards.
First down for sure.
Jose Leon coming in for substitution for number 21 for us.
The announcer letting us know Tracy Merrill in on that tackle for the Elks. Sorry that we did not give that to you as well. Pitch out left side.
Cut it up straight up the field and get. Riker put a good hit on him, but didn't wrap him up, so he spun off, and that's going to be another pickup. 11 yards.
Yep, just on the other side of the chains. Yeah, Riker sure put a stop to him right there. Stopped him straight up. The rest of the Elks help finish the job there. 10:55 left in the third quarter.
It's interesting when Mustang comes under center how low he gets. His helmet, height of his helmet is almost the height of the center's helmet.
Yep.
It's interesting how low he gets.
Oh, it is.
You're going to fake the pitch. You're going to hand it off on a reverse counter up to number 1, running back to the outside, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards.
So explain to me the strategy there. Why is he getting so low under his lineman?
Well, 1, I don't know, but 2, it makes it awful tough to see where he's at if you're on the backside looking over those big guys.
That's what my brain was saying is, does it give him some camouflage, right? Where's he going? What's he doing?
Yeah, I watched that on film, and I was like, man, he gets really low, and then tonight he does. He gets way down there. Number 2, under center. He's going to fake the pitch. He's going to roll out to the right, looking. He's going to tuck the ball and run. They're going to come up, make a hit. There's a situation right there where he could have ran out of bounds, and he did not.
Yep.
He chose to take the hit, the contact.
Broke the first tackle and kept going. Yes. Absolutely.
Mustang, number 2, is a quarterback. He is a junior, so he will be back in the league next year to finish his senior year. 6'1", 180. He throws the ball well.
Wow, back-to-back. Bubba and Tyler, junior and senior. Definitely powerhouses for the Lions here this evening.
Lions going to go to a spread formation. Mustang's in a shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, throw it out to the right, number 1. And is that a backwards pass?
Question mark?
If it is, they're not counting it as that. That's just a wide receiver screen. They try to run that, or bubble screen. They tried to run it earlier and had some success earlier in the game. This time it just bounced off the receiver's hands.
That was a 1st and goal from the 5. Now we're in a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line situation.
So watching warm-ups, Mustang, when he throws with some pepper.
Yes.
If those kids are not ready, they're just going to just do that. Back in shotgun formation, he's going to fake the handoff. Actually, he gave it to him.
He did give it to him left side.
5.
And he's in. I see 2 hands in the air. 9.5 minutes left here in the Sierra Propane third quarter. The Lions go up 37-0.
Snap is down. The ball got kicked. And it got kicked right into the line, bounced up. Riley Harlan catches the ball, but we can't advance that.
Cannot return a blocked field goal.
So 37-0 is going to be the score. 9:33 left to go here in the third quarter.
2.5 minutes off the clock as we get ready to get for the Elks. Wow, man, that's just not English. The Elks going to get the ball with 9:33 left in third. I'm just going to say it that way. Guys, huge thanks. A little bit of love goes out to Pioneer Title, guys. They will help take the guesswork, the crazy work out of titles, whether you're buying a property, selling a property, trying to make some changes that way. Guys, Carly and her team there in Springerville, they will make it nice and easy and simple. I don't know if the world has changed, but the last time I did have to make a transaction like that, I felt like I wasn't signing a ream of paper, and I also felt like I understood part of what was going on. So go give Carly and her team a call if you are in the market to make a change that way, whether you're buying property, selling property, doing things a little bit different with Pioneer Title. So huge thanks to them. Lions with the ball as we get ready for the Elks to get the ball here. We haven't seen very many deep kicks, Scott, from the Lions. They've never bunted it into the end zone.
Seemed like their first one they kicked it deep, and all the other ones have been some variation of a squib or a pooch, and that one's going to go pretty deep as well. Back down to Walker, who's going to get around the 15.
Walker's trying to cut to the right side, up the middle, bobbing, spinning, moving to about the 30. 33.
Nice 18-yard return on the play for Dallin Walker. Was there some extracurricular on that? I'm seeing some hands up. And
I thought it was a flag, but it was the ball. It was them throwing the ball out there. Somebody definitely not happy with how that went down. 9:20 left in the third. The Elks heading up to the line. To the left side right now, I believe, again, we have Jordan, oh my goodness, Brett Jordan Elmer. 23 and 24 from the shotgun. Riker Marble, he's going to hold on to it, does not leverage any kind of pitch there. He's going to get about 6 yards on the play, maybe 7. I think it's going to be about 2nd and 3.
Number 75 coming up, Will Way, to put the hit on Riker.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Elks.
Well, that's not where I thought they were going to mark the ball, Scott. That is not at all where I thought the ball was getting put. I don't know who I was looking at. 2nd and 5. Elks are on their own 39-yard line. Riker Marble, quick pass to Brett Jordan on the left side. Brett's able to spin, and I believe we're going to be really close to a first down. I don't know where they're going to step it. He appears to be on our favorable side of it.
We run our own version of that little wide receiver screen.
Yep.
Pitch pass, whatever you want to call it. Pop up and just throw it out to the receiver. You got one blocking for you. You got one running down the side. And we pick up a first down.
You know, I'm sure that we leverage it depending on our players, right? That we have a roster that can handle it. That is something that we saw the Elks do more in years past, and I feel a little less this year. Marble from the shotgun. Doesn't give. He's coming around the outside. He gets caught up, though, for a loss of about 9.
I don't even pick up on who made that tackle. Try to get the edge, and the defender came up, caught him. What are they going to give him? A loss of 4 on that?
Wow.
Where they met?
Yeah, where they met. I like that a lot better than loss of 9. 2nd and 15 on the 40. Should be about 2nd and 14, actually. Whistle getting blown. Maybe they just need everybody. Oh, 2nd down. Sorry. The official completely on the other side of the field, noticing the down marker wasn't right, so they're fixing that. Another whistle. Here we go. Marble from the shotgun, 2nd and 14. Looking to the left side. Steps back about 5 steps. Brett Jordan. I think he came down with it. Let's see if we get a mark here. Yes. Inbounds catch. We're back to about 3rd and 5.
Looked like he bobbled the ball, but was able to go ahead and roll it in on the reception.
Part-time juggler, Brett Jordan.
Hey,
hiring for your birthday parties.
We'll take it. You know, it's been fun to watch him grow. He started as a sophomore, getting some playing time on varsity. Has continued to improve and grow this year.
Absolutely enjoyable player to watch this whole season. It's been a good time. Offensive and defensively, one of the things that's super enjoyable with Brett Jordan is on both sides of the ball, he's a threat.
He's going to bring it.
3rd and 6. It's not 3rd and 5. We got 3rd and 6 from the 48-yard line. Little play action is what comes to my mind, that what we would do historically. We'll see what the Elks decide to do with it, though. Heavy to the right side, 1 to the left here.
They're going to bring a lot of pressure right up the middle.
Boom, quick pass, intercepted by one.
Jewel. That's going to be off to the races down the sideline.
He is going to, I think they're going to get him to him.
Little horse collar? No, touchdown.
Hands are in the air for a touchdown. You talk about explosion, Scott. You talk about speed. We just saw both of those things. 6:16 left in the third. Pick 6 situation for the Lions. Special teams coming onto the field.
Well, here is your question. Is the clock going to roll?
And we are in a PAT situation, and the clock has not stopped. It's not that I wanted the answer, Scott. I didn't want to know. Nice high kick by the Lions there as the clock rolls under 6 minutes here in the third. Score 44-0.
Any other updates that you're seeing as we move forward?
Let me hit a refresh here. Let's see if everybody's coming out of halftime. Looks like The only other team out of halftime right now is Thatcher Valley Christian. Thatcher up by 8 right now, 28-20. So score hasn't changed, but they are in the third quarter. Sabino Eastmark with a 21 tie. Paradise Honor Sholo score is Sholo leading by 13, 34-21. Also in a halftime situation there. Guys, want to give a little bit of love to White Mountain Off-Road. Book your getaway, travel, adventure, excitement, extravaganza now with White Mountain Off-Road. They've got UTVs up to 6-seaters. They've got paddle boats. They've got bikes. They will get you taken care of. Give the Marbles a call or go to whitemountaiноffroad.com. So now that the clock is running for the Lions, do we see their offense slow down? Ball picked up on the 15. Right up the middle, pushing hard through.
Kyle Clark is going to bring that back out to about the 33-yard line of Pusch Ridge.
Kyle Clark with the nicest return that we've seen so far from the Elks this evening.
I think it caught everyone off guard. We sat there and watched it, and there he went, and we were expecting somebody to get him, and nobody did.
No, I think either they opened up a nice hole for him just to bust right through. The Lions were on their heels, something.
I'm sorry. You asked me something, and that play happened, and I can't remember.
But that right there, that is the tenacity that we have to see for the next 15, 16 minutes a game because the clock is moving, and it's not going to stop.
Right. Yeah, we're down under 3:50 left to go in the third quarter.
Elks are on the ball. Marble from the shotgun. Tight formation. I don't see anybody on the left side. Marble with pressure. Oh, he takes a jump the other way. Finds some room. Ball in the air, right side. Caught by somebody out of the field. Nope, never mind.
Thought we were a little lucky there on the potential block in the back.
Mm-hmm.
On that rollback. I don't see a flag, so we're going to play.
Clock is moving. 3:15 left in the Sierra Propane third quarter. Here in Pusch Ridge. Round Valley with the ball, 2nd and 10.
I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're busting somebody through almost on every play and getting pressure.
And is it different? I don't think they're always sending the same person either. That's the thing.
Sometimes it's coming off the edge. Sometimes it's coming right up the middle, and I'm not quite sure.
Makes it harder to read. Makes it harder to adjust when you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, that may be intentional.
Marble, big steps back. Somebody gets through. Big 70 again coming through. Marble gets a ball in the air. Oof. Almost intercepted by number 5. Number 7-0 getting through again big for the Lions.
Bryson Barrios missing the interception there. Hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. 7-0. Grayson.
Heese?
Yes.
Reese's Pieces? Heese's Pieces? I don't know.
He got through on the last 2 plays, putting pressure right up the middle.
Just under 2:20 left in the third quarter as the clock runs against Sierra Propane, bringing in the third quarter action as it's 3rd and 10 for the Elks. You know, we ask our partners as we talk to them, hey, you know, what's the coolest thing about your company? And one of the neatest things they tell us is watch any Little League team and tell me there's not a Sierra Propane. And it's true. Sierra Propane there for the community there. And I'm sure one of your kids has probably been on a Sierra Propane team, right?
Absolutely.
So 3rd and 10. Here we go. Just under 2 minutes. And we do see a Round Valley Elk jumping.
Is that the first flag for us in this game?
For a false start, I do believe.
At all.
Oh, yeah, fair. That's only the third of the game, correct?
Wow.
2 in the first half?
Yeah, pretty clean.
So Elks are going to push it back 5 yards and try again, 3rd and 15 with a minute and a half left.
3rd and 15.
So I am starting to see some different numbers in the backfield for Pusch Ridge, so they may be at the point that they're starting to make some substitutions.
Marble throws the ball.
Nobody home.
Nobody home. I didn't want to say it, and I'm trying to think of something. Another way to is it just the coverage Pusch Ridge is applying to the defense? Is our receivers not getting where they need to be? What's the disconnect that you're seeing, Scott? I'm not seeing it.
I don't know. I don't know how the young man's feeling after that big hit he took in the first half.
Yes.
I wonder if he's good or if there's a little disconnect between what he's wanting to throw and what he's able to right now.
Well, and that comes into the adjustment that Ethan discussed is do we see 23 go in at the quarterback's position to try to see if it makes a difference, but then who do you throw it to?
Right. Rolling under 30 seconds here to go in the third quarter. Elks in formation. Marble's going to take the snap and roll out to his left.
This is 4th and 15, people. Elks have got to get a first down. Intended for Walker, covered by 2 by the quarterback, so playing both sides of the ball right now. Pusch Ridge will be coming back out offensively in the fourth quarter because the clock's going to drain, and as fast as they are getting on the ball, I don't think it's going to happen in 9 seconds. They are walking to the sideline, so 3 quarters in the books, the score 44-0.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Marble has the control on the ball tonight that he's wanting, and I don't know if it's a little bit cold, it's a little chilly, or if it's also he took that big hit in the midst of that throw, and I don't know.
Well, yeah, and he was throwing. Again, muscles are flexed. You're tensed. You're throwing. That cannot feel good. That cannot feel very good. Fourth quarter, 12 minutes as the Elks trail 44-0. Whoa. Sorry, I started yelling, screaming, yelling. Figure that was one of mine. I don't think it was, though.
So, matchups moving forward, it looks like potentially Pusch Ridge is going to face the winner. Well, not potentially. If they win this game, they will face the winner of Sabino and Eastmark.
Thatcher has scored again in the third quarter. It's now 35-20, Thatcher and Valley Christian. Still halftime, Sabino Eastmark. That's going to be the big question mark right now is how that shakes out. If that is an upset, potentially we're seeing a 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bracket advancing, or one will play 4, 2 will play 3. Looking at scores right now, Sholo only up 6 points in the third quarter, 34-28. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the Molly Butler Lodge fourth quarter.
Back on the ball. They got the ball on the 40-yard line. They're going to hand off to number 22 off to the right. The Elks are going to stack him up after a 2-yard gain.
We have seen 22 carry the ball a number of times this evening. Second or third, I believe, back that touched the ball for the Lions. Gain of about 3 on the play, second down.
Lions back on the ball. Elks looking for their lineup, trying to get their cues on which man, based on the formation, who's lining up where.
So that answers that question. The Lions are not slowing down at all. They are right back on the ball. They are right at it, even with the running clock.
Is that a different quarterback I'm seeing?
Is that a 4?
Yeah, that's number 4.
So the Lions are substituting a quarterback for number 4. Jacob Newborn, sophomore, is listed as a quarterback. So getting some reps here in the fourth quarter for the Lions. No timeouts taken by either team so far.
I'm going to go to a split back formation, quarterback in shotgun.
Low snap. Handed off straight away. I believe is that 5 with it on the right side?
That is number 5 getting out there. Looks like he picked up enough for the first down.
They are moving the chains. It's going to be a 1st and 10 with 10:37 left in the ball game.
That's good enough for another Lion.
Right back on the ball. The Lions not giving us any time to think. Not just the players, but we don't get a break either.
Split back formation. Quarterback in shotgun. That ball comes rolling back to the quarterback. He picks it up. And for the first time tonight, I believe, the Elks are going to get a quarterback sack.
Brody Ziegler attributed with that. 10 minutes on the clock now.
Ball kind of skimmed back to the quarterback. He was able to pick it up, but it was a busted play. The Elks got pressure. Brody Ziegler coming in to clean up.
It definitely looks and feels like a different center end for the Lions as well than maybe a big shift offensively for the Lions all across the board there.
Could be.
Definitely size looks a little smaller across the board as well. Low snap again. Quarterback does get a hold of it. Merrill tries to get quarterback in the backfield, unable to do so. Quarterback's running up the right side.
I'm going to pick up about 7.
Yeah, 6, 7 right in there. It is going to be a third down.
Merrill had him dead to rights, and then just
he shook it.
Yeah, that's a different line. Big number 75 is out.
Right back on the ball, though, 3rd and 3. 2 in the backfield right now for the Lions. Quarterback's going to hold on to it. I think he's going to get tripped up short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 3 left.
Brett Jordan coming in on a
2.
blitz, safety blitz. Didn't get the quarterback, got pressure, kind of tripped him up. I didn't see who came in and finished off the tackle.
Ball's on about the 38, 39-yard line, 4 and 2. That's what we're looking at. 4th down, 2 to go.
Quarterback goes under center.
This is where we're going to see a punch, a little bit of a bobbled snap. That appears is going to be short of the first down. Let's see where they finally mark it, though. 8:16 left in the ball game here in the Molly Butler Lodge 4th quarter. It's going to be a turnover. Round Valley offense coming out onto the field. 8 minutes left in the ball game. Once again, this is Molly Butler coverage, Molly Butler Lodge coverage. Whether it's a celebration or you just want to go have yourself a nice steak, head up there to Greer and go see all the fine folks there at Molly Butler's and get yourself Fruits of the Forest. I will never not recommend a Fruits of the Forest pie. And then somebody will always scream and yell at me about how the mud pie is better. And I will eat both. You're not going to stop me from eating both, but I will order the Fruits of the Forest first. 7.5 minutes on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Round Valley offense on the field. Marble hands off. Right up the middle to Clark. Clark gets stood up by the secondary, but not until he gets about 6 yards.
It's about 6-yard pickup.
Clark with the carry, met by a Pride of Lions.
By a Pride of Lions.
Very nice.
That is a thing. Harlan coming in for the Round Valley Elks. 7 minutes left on the clock. Brett Jordan exiting the field. Marble takes a snap, holds on to it, sells the handoff to the right. He's run to the left. He's bobbing and weaving, and he does come out of bounds. Will not stop the clock, but it will move the chains. While they're moving the change, Scott, the cross-country team's got some stuff going on this weekend, correct?
The boys, they have a couple boys that qualified to go down and run. So cross-country teams are a little bit different. You have the opportunity to qualify as a team or as an individual. So if a team qualifies, they kind of take the numbers of the members on that team out. Then they take the top 7 individuals aside from a team. So we have 2 runners that'll go down in Scottsdale tomorrow to participate.
Nice.
The state championship.
Scott will be there checking that out. So send us some pictures. Let us know how it goes for sure. We'll make sure that gets posted. Give the cross-country team some love. Shotgun position. Marble again going to hang on to it right side this time. He's going to get to the 40, the 35, the 30. He's moving. He's going to step out of bounds, it looks like. See where they step him out of bounds. It will be another first down.
Keeper left, keeper right. If it works, run it both sides.
That's it. 25-yard line. That's where we're going to be.
Shout out to Coach Burton and Coach Hansen with the cross-country team.
Different breed of people, runners. I will say that right now. I never understood them until I started doing it. And running is its own little bit of crazy, and I absolutely love it. I never would have been on a cross-country team, never could be on one now. But running is a fantastic, fantastic sport.
Elks back on the ball, calling the play.
One wide out to the left there. Elmer to the right. Marble does hand it off this time. Clark up the right side. Gain of 3 or 4, looks like. Just under 5 minutes left in the ball game here. Elks trying to get on the board, not wanting to finish the night with a shutout. You know, and that's the thing, Scott, is it's never just one thing. And so many of these kids are not one athlete or one sport athletes either. These guys are getting ready for basketball. They're getting ready for wrestling. They've got cross country now. Baseball's around the corner. You know, it's just they all do so many things.
Riker's going to go out and he's going to look for the pitch. It wasn't quite there. He thought about it twice and he actually got it out to Clark, and he's going to get down right about the 1st-yard line.
I think he's crossed. Yep, the official signaling to move the chain. So 4:10, just a little less than that, and we're moving to, where are we at, 15-yard line? That's how lines work, right?
Yes.
1st and 10 from about the 15.
Yeah, all the kids are, in general, they're involved in a lot of different activities. If they're not in sports, they're working and they're doing different things. So it's good to be able to come out, support them, and watch some of the different things going on.
And that's not even to mention clubs. We got NHS kids out here. We got FBLA kids. We got kids doing all sorts of stuff.
Marble's going to fake the keep and hand it off, I believe, to Clark, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards.
3:30 left on the clock. We are going to move it just a little bit.
Brings up second down for the Elks.
Second and 8 from the 16. 3:18 left on the clock. I'm going to hit refresh on this, and we'll cover it a little bit in the post coverage as well. Man, I just think they stopped updating the game. Sabino and Eastmark, we're going to have to see if somebody's got any insider information on that, or it's the longest halftime known to man. 3 minutes right on the clock, second and 8. Man in motion coming to the right that will get the ball.
Going to be speed sweep to Walker coming out here. He's going to pick up another 3 or 4 coming to the near side.
Short of the first down. It's going to be third and a couple.
2:40 ticking away on the clock as we wind down.
3rd and 3. 2.5 minutes. Brown Valley getting set. 2:15 left on the clock now. Hand off to Clark up the middle.
Ooh.
Lions find him, though. It's going to be a 4th down situation. 2 minutes on the clock as it runs.
That's going to be a loss of about 6.
Nope, they're marking it up a little bit more.
There we go.
It's a little different. Still 4th and 6-ish. 1:40 on the clock.
It's interesting that the referee's not allowing him to come line up. He's allowing the defense to make a substitution.
Right. He was moving his hands. I was waiting for something. Nothing. Riker from the shotgun steps back. Quick pass right side. Connects. Pushed out of bounds.
Right at the yard mark. I'm not sure if he got it.
There.
Looks like he's short.
It looks short. Line judge is marking it the other way. 1st and 10 the other way with 1:06 left. Scott, I think you might see the victory formation at this point.
I would expect number 2 to come back out on the field, take the victory formation for the Lions.
Play clock is winding.
And number 4 is back out there. And this may be their victory formation. Spread it out and throw it.
Yes. Well, we've seen them can't stop, won't stop the entire game. Why stop with a minute left on the clock? Especially if a quarterback sophomore can get a couple more reps.
31 seconds.
He's going to keep it.
Keeps it. He's down the sideline. He's going to pick up about 15.
Gingerly comes out about the 20-yard line. 20 seconds left.
Jacob Newborn with the carry.
So that's going to kill the clock. 16 seconds, rolling down to 0.
Lions are exiting the field. They're lining up at the 50 as they advance to the semifinals. Both of the games, I believe, Mountain Point, I think, is where the games are held next week in the Valley.
And your final score.
As the clock expires here in the Molly Butler Lodge 4th quarter, the final score 44-0. The Elks fall to the Pusch Ridge Christian Academy Lions, which ends the run for the Round Valley Elks in their 2022-2023 season. We will take a little look at the brackets here as we wrap things up here for just a few minutes. Marked a final on Max Preps already this game. Right now, I'm seeing 3rd quarter. Sholo now up 48-34, so a 2-touchdown spread there. 4th quarter, Thatcher only up by a touchdown, by 7 points against Valley Christian. So another super tight ball game. And then it's now showing third quarter. It's not halftime, but Sabino and Eastmark now in a 21-21 situation.
Looking at the 2A bracket, I'm picking up number 4 Wilcox beating Holbrook 51-6. That is the only scores that I'm seeing on my side.
You see that as a final? 51-6 is a final. I got 51-12 here.
Okay. Well, it doesn't say final or not.
Holbrook with a 10-0 regular season, with a perfect regular season, correct? With a lot of playoff hopes. Looks like they're in trouble here against Wilcox. Pima Camp Verde showing over. Number 2 Morenci up by a fair lead against Tonopah Valley there. And Scottsdale Christian with a hefty lead against Gilbert Christian in the third quarter there in the 2A brackets.
So as we wind down the season, do we have a camera on the field, or is he done?
Let me take a look.
It's kind of a cold evening. Love to be able to show you what's going on down on the field, but we can't. Maybe I can turn this Ever camera around. And
if you want to zoom in on that one, Scott, do it. Let me know when you got it, and I'll switch to it. Oh, you got it. You might need to zoom out a touch, but
I'm not sure how to zoom out on this thing.
On top. Pull it to the, yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. So right now, Scott getting you a little bit of coverage right now. Pretty neat thing, guys. Both teams in a word of prayer, it looks like, as they wrap up the season.
So a big shout out to the coaches this year. Coach Baca and his crew leading the Round Valley Elks in another season.
You know, and a lot of coaches, and it's neat to see the depth that we have coaches. It allows a lot of one-on-one time with the kids, and it shows a lot of people that care. Right? We got a big roster on the coaching side, but a lot of people giving a lot of expertise to the kids, and so a hard-fought season, a different season for the Round Valley Elks as they end their run here in Pusch Ridge, making it once again to the quarterfinals. If I've had one person ask, God, I've had 2, 3, 5, 6 people ask about Round Valley going back to the 2A, and when we can compete to the quarterfinals, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Your thoughts there? I feel like we're pretty nestled in the 3A.
Here's kind of the other side of that. You want your team to come up and be successful, to win, to do good things. There was talk. I was standing on the sideline of the Payson scrimmage. We went down there, Round Valley Payson, I think one of the ALA schools, okay. ALA Ironwood. There was talk on the sideline that depending on how we did this year, they were looking at moving us up to 4A.
Excuse me?
4A.
I think my mic cut out again.
No,
what was that?
I'm telling you 4A, and I don't understand, and I'm not going to get into a lot of the AIA stuff in this format, but I don't understand that. There's nobody that we matched up with this year, maybe not St. John's, that we had more players than, that we were bigger than.
Fair.
I mean, there's nobody, and so the matchup combinations that this puts us into, you know, you run in, we had a couple injuries early, and so you're putting in kids that essentially the sideline, when you guys look out there and you have a chance to see the kids on the sideline, that's our JV and freshman team, and we only have one team because we don't have enough for a JV team and a freshman team this year. That might change in the future, but you have JV kids, and so when you're playing other teams that actually have legitimate backup players, it makes it very difficult on us. And yeah, we're right there. We've had success, but we can't get to that next step.
Well, we played our one-up division game this year against Post and Butte, and you saw what the roster differences looked like there. You saw how many people Post and Butte had on the sidelines ready to play the game compared to us.
Absolutely. It's not, and it's crazy to me. And the weird thing is, this isn't how it is, but it's kind of the end result of it is your kids are not better athletes than the other kids. Your coaches are better coaches, or your coaches in the past have had better success. And so therefore we're going to punish your kids coming up. How do you know that? Because in basketball we're going to go back to Division II or Division IV. They flop these back and forth, and sometimes it's hard to keep them clear, straight. Sure. But you're going to go back to and play in your normal division. have some success, take some losses, whatever that's going to be. You're going to go to baseball. You're going to play back in your normal division. All the other sports, we're back in our normal division. And are we winning? Yeah, we're winning, but we're not taking state championships.
Right, we're competing.
We're competing.
Competing.
So this is only because of coaching success. And it's a little bit frustrating. Now, you have to give your kind of tip your hats to Pusch Ridge. It's a fantastic team. The top 4 teams that are rated in our division, they're fantastic teams. They're going to be there at the end. I would assume the Sholo and Thatcher is going to match up next week. I'm not a Sholo or Thatcher fan, but that would be a fun game to watch. It's
going to be a game. That is going to be a game.
I would guess Eastmark is going to push on to Pusch Ridge. And they're similar teams. They run the ball well. They throw the ball very well. They have similar sides. Eastmark is a bigger team because I think it's a new school that the AIA granted privileges to play down so that the players could get experience. But it's a bigger school by far, but they run the same style of offense. They have big linemen. So just you get to the end, and they're fantastic.
Well, they are up 1 touchdown now. We're getting results right now that Eastmark is 28, Sabino 21. So they are starting to make that push and that drive. So it looks like it may end up being a 1, 2, 3, 4 situation here in the semifinals in the 3A.
Now, I can just say that for Round Valley, we're going to miss the seniors. They did a fantastic job for us. Every year when we lose the seniors, I always ask myself, how are they going to replace them?
Yeah, every year.
Every year I ask them, how are they, and they find ways and players to do different things. We may still be a year away, but I think that we have some great opportunities coming up with the kids that are coming up in the younger program.
Yep.
Some size, some speed especially, to do some pretty fantastic things. It's just keeping the kids engaged as we go through this struggle. We have to play in a division where we're always going to be outmanned. We're never going to show up where we have more players, that we're more athletic, that we're typically faster, or whatever the adjective is that you want to use.
Sure. Well, and we could have one conversation completely about what the team looks like in 4 years against 3A teams, and then we could have a completely separate conversation of what does a team right now in Round Valley 4 years from now look like against 2A teams, and they'd be very different conversations, unfortunately, about depth into the playoffs and what kind of coverage would we see. And so I appreciate you providing another side of the coin to it, because it's not all just win-loss, and it's neat to see the boys making it into the quarterfinals, and that's where we've settled the last few seasons now since the 2019 season. But it's just a different ball game, especially with the Christian academies and the private schools and the things that we see as we get later on into the years as well. It's hard being public schools that we are, all the schools up on the mountain, that you see trying to compete with that kind of stuff later in the seasons.
It is. Every once in a while you'll get a group that comes through. Like Sholo, I think they have some pretty exceptional speed this year. The Sholo team this year reminds me of our speed last year.
Okay, yep.
But they just have a unique group, and so they're going to be able to make a push. Thatcher.
They got a couple kids that are just crazy.
And they're going to be able to make a push, and they may be able to do that for a couple years because, they really do have a strong program down there. That just sometimes happens, and sometimes it doesn't. And you're just kind of working through, trying to build up for, okay, we're building up for next year.
Yep.
I'm very impressed with where we ended up this year. A little disappointed with the outcome tonight, but I give the Elks a lot of credit for coming out and playing. Nothing got dirty. Nothing got, out of hand. None of that stuff that could have happened in times gone by. And so I appreciate the way that they handled it, the way that the coaches took care of business, and it was fun to see them.
3 flags? Is that all we saw?
I think that's all we saw. 3
flags. And so that speaks well to both teams. That speaks well to the lack of chippiness, the lack of craziness that could have occurred, the lack of penalties in general.
Yes.
So, guys, from Pusch Ridge, as we wrap things up, thank you to our hosts for Pusch Ridge for putting on the game this evening. Round Valley ends their 2022 playoff run here this evening at Pusch Ridge. A huge thanks to all the coaching staff, to all the players, all the parents, everybody that helps make these seasons happen. It takes a village to make this team roll for any sport here in Round Valley. And so from Let's Go Elks, a huge thanks to everybody that's helped us make this season happen. It's been enjoyable. It's been fun. We're going to take a breath for about 2 seconds as we try to put together a basketball situation, and so we hope to bring you a little bit of basketball coverage as well. So from Pusch Ridge, a huge thanks from Let's Go Elks to all of our partners, all of our advertisers, all of the people that help us make it happen. Huge thanks to the crew tonight. So from Pusch Ridge, I'm Wesley McBride.
I'm Scott Madrid.
You guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Make good choices. We'll catch you next time. You've been watching Let's Go Elks.